Last time on Just Roll With It, we met a car. Not like vroom, vroom, vroom kind, but the evil kind.
His look of at first what was pure anger moves into more of something inquisitive as he pulls his hand back, finishing the spell. Your mind is a labyrinth. Yours especially. The twists, the turns, the dead ends. I've never seen one so elaborate. I must know more.
And now we're gearing up to hunt down a vampire.
Okay, I've been tasked to kill some vampire guy.
Tomorrow, let's go skin a vampire, I guess.
The stakes have never been higher, so let's just roll with it.
Picking back up, it is now about probably about an hour and a half before noon. The sun's getting close to the center of the sky. The wagon still slowly moving down this dirt path. Looking to your left and right, most what you see are just these trees. There's some mud from last night's rainfall, but the general view around's quite basic, quite normal. Where we are right now, you guys are still in travel, but near the very end of it. It's getting close to noon, close to midday, as you guys are on this dirt path, slowly moving down this neck of woods. Is there anything anybody wants to do during the travel before we get to the city? Any character conversations? Any thing you want to mention that your character is doing?
All I've mentioned up to this point is vampire guy, and we got to kill him for some reason.
Yeah, so if you want, you can give more information now. As I said, You guys are getting very close to the end of the travel at this point. Most of you probably realize it's been about 3 hours.
All right, so do any of you know anything about vampires that we could maybe put out now so we know how to take them on?
They don't like garlic.
Is that true? Is that just like folklore?
I know there's only one way to find out, right?
Does anybody have garlic?
I don't have any garlic.
Br'aad produces 3 whole bulbs of garlic that he always keeps on him.
Those are bad.
Sylvan, I always have 3 bulbs of garlic on me at all times.
Why the fuck are you talking like
What
that?
is wrong with your voice,
I
bro?
was practicing some sort of vampire hunter character, and now I'm stuck in this voice. I can't stop talking like this until we kill the vampire.
Well,
Okay, what about after
Well,
we kill the
do you happen
vampire?
to have a wooden stake by chance?
Yes.
Let me see it.
Br'aad
No, he
produces
doesn't.
7 wooden stakes.
No, you don't. The garlic? Okay, fine. The wooden stakes, no. You can't just have 7 already made wooden stakes.
But I have these 7 conveniently shaped sticks that I picked up along the way that we can sharpen into stakes.
You could sharpen my staff if you really wanted
Do
to.
you really want me to do that?
yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be that hard
It
to
wouldn't
find
affect
a stake.
me if you wanted to do that.
I'm going to sharpen your staff.
Here you go.
Here I go.
Okay.
Are you going to sharpen it?
Yes.
Okay, make a survival check for me then, Br'aad.
I can't believe my character's fucking talking like this. This episode is so stupid.
No, it's still worse. I really miss
Hang on.
Br'aad,
I can try and
dude.
make him come back, but it won't be good. I got it. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
It's not terrible until you cracked.
Yeah, the crack there. Ooh.
I got an 8.
Yikes.
Ugh.
You got an
God,
8.
you sound sick, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my voice is fucked. Hang on, I'm gonna go back into this one.
I'm back down here.
Maybe that's for the best.
So
Well,
you
sure you're up for this?
Yeah,
you pull your dagger and you start
Yes.
working on the end of the quarterstaff, Br'aad. You've never really whittled before or really tried to sharpen anything, especially made of wood. You get the carving down pretty easily as it's not hard to shave off the wood, but getting it to actually be a center point, like a decent pierce, it doesn't really get that. It more looks like it's lopsided on one side's pretty smooth. It could maybe pierce skin, but not not efficiently, I should say.
I'm sure if you push this
let me
really
take that
hard, really
back,
fast
Br'aad.
against something, something will happen.
Yeah, looking
I
at it,
take it
Taxi,
back.
you
Hey,
you suggest
Mountain,
you
would
couldn't
like
use
to
it.
Fix this.
What's
I
that?
don't have a blade. Would you fix
I grabbed
this?
the
Weapon?
staff.
Would you
I
fix
grabbed the
this?
staff.
I try to do it quietly.
Take this. And I attempt to fix it.
I didn't.
Okay, survival check.
19.
We're just shaving off ends fucking the quarterstaff until it's
15
super
plus 4,
short.
19.
Yes. So the quarterstaff is now going to be much shorter than it was before, noticeably by a bit, as you have to shave
Why?
off the fucked up point and then go down a bit more to like get another one. Because the
let me
point's
try
so
that.
slanted, you have to shave it down and make a new point.
I actually.
can't
Okay,
just-
well, you might as well
Here,
do the other
let me
side
put
too.
it
I
back to
don't-
the way I had it before.
No.
no.
Velrisa makes it where if you were to flip the quarterstaff around, Taxi, you can use it as a piercing wooden weapon for a D4 of damage.
Okay, cool. I don't. This was fun.
Enough with the steak.
So
all right?
this will work against a vampire, or is it?
I don't
Are you
know.
sure it's not
I was
like
asking
Only
you
if you
guys.
get him right in the heart.
Br'aad, have you ever encountered
I mean,
a
Brod's
vampire?
right.
I hope not.
Thousands.
Well,
Br'aad, do you actually want to know how much you know about vampires?
Oh, you know what? I actually do. I'm right now. Br'aad is in this stupid character, but yeah, I want to know how much.
Insight check on Brod's vampire
Okay, go ahead.
knowledge.
You can roll that, and then for Br'aad, I'll need Br'aad to roll. Hold on. Br'aad, I'm gonna need you to roll for me if you want to know about
Yep.
vampires. It's going to be history check.
All right.
You can add a +2 to it as well, so make it a +4
Oh,
on your roll.
I got a 22.
22.
Yeah. Okay.
Rod actually knows a ton.
like I
Well,
said.
just being the books that you had to read, especially when you first were trying to learn about magic and wanting to get the powers that you have now, you would have done some reading in a genre or an area that you would have read things here and there about vampires. So what you know is that a wooden stake is actually helpful very slightly.
Okay.
It does not work. Stabbing into a vampire's heart with a stake just normally won't do much aside from pierce and deal damage that way. If you want to actually efficiently use a stake against a vampire, you aim it for the heart while it's currently resting in its designated resting place. This will paralyze it until the stake is removed.
I want to relay that information to them.
Okay, it's very, I mean, however, if you want to word it your own way, but if not, then you can just brevity. They know
I
that
stabbed
too.
Br'aad.
Oh no, I'm paralyzed. Forever.
I knew it.
That's you killed me. I'm dead.
no.
And then I turn into dust. That doesn't happen.
Anyways,
Okay, so what
What
does
the
happen?
fuck is going on?
Wish I knew. So,
I stabbed Br'aad.
Br'aad dies.
Uncanonically.
Moving
Not
on.
again.
Damn it.
How many times must I die? So anyway, if we stab the fuck it's I can't do it right now, dude. Shit.
Just do the deeper voice. It's fine.
So anyway, if we stab the vampire, if we pierce his heart while he lies in his resting place, he shall cease to move until the stake is removed.
So, Br'aad, and when did you?
That's me.
Come up with this character and why?
On the ride here.
Why?
I like it.
Thank you.
I'm not opposed.
Definitely
I'm just
not as a
confused.
way to cover a bad cold that really hurts my throat. Definitely,
Are you
definitely
sick?
just because I thought it would be fun to make a character that talks like this.
It makes sense to me.
No,
I
that
don't-
sounds like something Rob would do.
Taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
sounds
look
like
Taxi in
Br'aad.
the eyes. Taxi. That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Sense to me.
Now, as for the garlic, does garlic work on vampires?
Make another history check. This time don't add the +2. Just do another history check for me.
19.
19? No, that is a hoax. That is not true.
I hold up my holy symbol. Do you think this will do anything?
That's a very stupid question.
it's a joke.
Retcon.
Okay, I'll retcon it.
Anyway, I told them the garlic works.
Velrisa should not say that.
I'm just trying to fuck with Br'aad,
yes,
dude.
yes.
Everyone.
Oh, so no, then that's
That's
fine.
why I
That's fine if you're
directed
fucking
it at
around. No,
Br'aad.
that's fine. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Velrisa. If you want the best shot at taking this thing on, you have to take a bite of this garlic so it's in your veins.
All right.
I don't know that
You've gotta eat this whole. You've gotta eat this entire garlic clove.
That garlic is
Don't
bad,
eat the garlic.
bro.
No.
You have to for the vampire.
Br'aad, you eat one garlic first.
If we're gonna kill the
and then I'll
vampire,
eat the
I
other.
need to at least.
You're gonna make him more sick.
All right,
So that's not
on
fun.
3,
All right, whatever.
we eat this entire cloves of garlic.
All right, ready, Br'aad?
1,
I'm not doing that.
2, 3.
I don't eat the garlic.
I do. Shit.
Did you just bite into a clove of garlic?
Yeah.
I'm con save.
10.
10. You immediately start coughing it back out. It is not pleasant at all.
I pretend to cough.
Good stuff. We're almost there.
As you say, then, you look over your shoulder back towards where the front of the wagon would be, Br'aad, and you see the woods are starting to end. You can see where they breach forward into a open field, and you can see the village, or as you assume to be the upcoming village, very far off in the distance. The first thing everybody can notice about Oaklight is that it's right on the bank of a river. It's nestled right into the side of this river is where the village is. A wooden bridge, pretty large in size. You can see some of the detail even from this distance. Goes across the river into a small patch of woods that has a lumber field off to the side of it. With no objections, okay. We are going to move into the rest
No,
of
I
it.
hate fucking rivers. I'm not going near that.
We getting closer to the town now as you guys begin to get closer. You see around the riverbank, even coming up to the town here off to the side, you can see fishermen's houses, little tiny huts nestled off to the sides of the river with tiny docks. There seems to be a very heavy sort of community fishing here.
Okay.
As it's now afternoon, so the sun in the sky quite bright, not many clouds. It's a very, very nice day, surprisingly, as there was rain the night previously. Entering the town, passing by the farmland. It's very small population. You would guess, maybe just somewhere under 100 even. Very, very tiny town. As the wagon parks off to the side of the road, as you get to the front of it. It seems to be mostly residential. You don't see any big buildings, nothing that seems like a store or a market or a tavern, even very small buildings.
Does it feel like ghastly here?
It's a little, that's one of the first things you notice, especially with your perception, Taxi. It's a little dead, little quiet. For being midday afternoon, you don't see any kids around playing, no wives around the homes. You don't see any men near the lumber field even. It seems
So just like nobody.
you see a few people as the wagon pulls in. As you look off to the side, you can see a few rods casted into the river off some of the huts. You can occasionally maybe make out like the shoulder of a person or something sitting in front of their housing down by the river. But as you come up into the town here, it seems very quiet. There doesn't seem to be many people around, at least outside.
Oh, okay. Should we ask around about like this guy we're looking for?
He's-
I mean,
No, not yet.
Son, and you're saying we
No,
should go
okay.
around and ask people about the guy we're trying to kill?
No.
Yeah, why not?
Just wait. Just wait.
That sounds
We
like
need
an
to go
excellent idea.
Mate, that's not an Okay, I have information on him. I was trying to tell you, but you were all talking over me. So, maybe we go somewhere a little quieter, and I can explain to you. I guess it's quiet here, but somewhere where no one can hear us.
I don't think anybody can hear us here.
Okay, then let's wait for Taxi to get back because Grizzly has to walk away from his computer.
Where the fuck is
What is-
Tax?
what is a
What the
computer?
fuck?
No, what the fuck's a computer? Velrisa, go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Okay. 12.
12. With your knowledge of undead, with your study under Ouijas, one thing you know about vampires is a few telltale signs. You don't know much about the lore behind them, or really how to kill them, but you've read up on telltale signs that there might be one in the area. One thing you know for sure is that when there is a vampire in a region, when there's a lair of a vampire nearby, it increases the population of bats, rats, and wolves in the area during nightfall.
What time is it right now?
It's
It's only midday, it's afternoon. Something else you might notice, things you might want to bring up to Taxi as well is the fact that the nature around will start to slowly wither around 500 feet or so around a layer of a vampire. The branches of trees might start to become more twisted and thorny, starting to slowly kill the life out of the nearby trees and plants.
Anything else?
Those are the two main things that you've read up on what to look out for.
That I would know about to tell that there's a vampire in the area. But do I know anything about vampires themselves, such as like
vampires themselves? You know, them being undead creatures, something that as a grave cleric you know a decent knowledge of. You don't know much about their history, but you know, like many undead, the things that you use like radiant damage, the things that you are proficient with, hurt them the same as they are just another classification of an undead creature.
And appearance-wise, do I know anything about?
You know that vampires are avid shape changers. They can use the ability, since they can not only create other spawns and control other animals, they can also shape the way that they look using the blood that they drink.
Oh shit! Then I really do stab Br'aad.
Right. And
Just kidding.
I cast Eyes of the Grave.
Eyes of the Grave. Okay.
Yeah,
What's the distance?
60
It's
feet.
like 60 feet, right? You pause for a second, you close your eyes, and as they open once more, the center of your pupils, they change shape from being just a basic iris. You get a small symbol of Ouija's glowing purple to start shaping inside the center of your eye. You look around. You can tell all the colors of the landscape around you have changed into more of this purple hue, and you feel the aura of your friends around you, but anywhere beyond 60 feet around, you don't detect anything undead. You don't feel anything around you.
Is there anybody within 60 feet besides us?
Make a perception check.
Me? Okay.
Since you asked. 19. Looking around, you don't see anyone, but using your ears, you hear the sounds occasionally. You hear like a door shut, or you hear footsteps on hard wood, or you hear light footfall running through a house. You do hear the sounds of people indoors off in the distance and some a little bit closer, but you don't see anybody. No.
This town is kind of empty. I mean, besides, I don't know, where is it? Why are we even here? Why are we killing a vampire? Nobody really explained this to me before we left.
Look, doesn't matter why we're killing him. It's just we need to.
Are we at least getting rewarded for this? Like,
yes, Sylvan, we're getting rewarded.
Okay, good. I mean, that's all you had to say. Let's kill this fucker.
Mountain, do you have a plan? And do you think this will take short time to complete?
It won't take long. Okay. Well, what I know about him is his name is Elias Towerfall. He's considered a hero here, so we can't arouse any suspicion.
Why are we killing a hero?
He's not a hero. He's a vampire. He's considered
wait a
hero.
second. Hold on. That's discrimination, Mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, vampires can be heroes too.
Yeah, what the fuck, Mountain?
I look at Sonnen like he's actually a vampire and debate stabbing him.
He's not a good guy.
Maybe that's what's wrong. He's been possessed.
I know that he has skin. We're gonna take it. He has gray
I
hair.
don't think we're taking his skin.
He's missing an eye.
Oh,
Okay.
And he can't be in the sunlight for too long, so he won't be out here. And he likes whores.
He likes whores.
He likes
how
whores.
did
you and me
get
both,
all
man.
this information?
Unimportant. Yeah.
Kind of important.
I don't know. I mean, Hilltree, find some whores.
Oh, I can use me radar.
Here's what
Do
I'm
you know
thinking.
how dangerous this is going to be?
Well, it won't be very dangerous if we can catch him by surprise. What I'm thinking is maybe we can find out where he picks up these whores. And then we plant this one, I point at Br'aad, as a whore in there. He takes him, or whore, or her, and we sneak attack. Boom! Get him.
Br'aad's a
Just like
whore?
that. Not yet. He's gonna be a whore.
I hope not, Br'aad. Are you a whore?
Can we think of something else?
Oh yeah, baby.
Look,
Oh,
Br'aad
God.
is stuck in this character. I don't think he's going to work very well.
Well,
I'm
as,
stuck.
Can't-
Mountain, I'm
Br'aad,
stuck
can't you
in
change
this.
into,
I'm
like-
stuck in this voice. I can look like anything, but I will
I mean,
speak
hold
like
on.
this.
Hold on.
I can be anything you want, baby.
what, Hilltree?
Why would Br'aad turn into a whore We have Velrisa.
That's really
I kick Hilltree.
Hilltree
in the head.
Hilltree, you don't just say
Like,
that
I straight up, I punt Hilltree.
That's not what I meant.
Very hard.
All I've done for you.
You fucking daft kite.
Look.
How is he talking? I sent him flying.
It's not what I meant.
I feel like
I meant she's
Br'aad could sell
she's
it.
a girl.
Okay, you should have said that.
Br'aad, can't
That's
you turn
not what
into
you
a
said
girl?
at all.
Exactly.
Can't you like
I have much more.
change?
I have much more feminine charisma.
I don't believe that for a second.
This might not
Watch
work.
this.
I do.
Oh yeah. Work it. All right. You see?
I
do
don't
you
want to
believe
see
me
my
now?
brother doing this. I never wanted this.
Do you-
This might not work.
No, this'll work.
Yeah,
this'll
what if we
work
just catch him
perfectly.
sleeping, since that's what
What if we just?
Vampire Hunter here said to do?
Well, I don't know. All I know is that he's very good at getting away. So we're gonna need to
Wait,
catch him
wait.
off
What's
guard.
what
Nothing
time is
can
it?
run
It's
away
middle
from
of the
me,
day.
Mountain.
It's just about noon. It's like right before noon.
Guys, if it's just about noon, that means it's sleepy time for a vampire.
Are you sure about that?
Well, he's at least not out and about. So we need to go
Well,
to a
if
dark
he's inside
place.
of a cave or a lair somewhere,
Wait, you said his name was something Towerfall and he's a hero? Why don't we just ask people for where he is if he's a hero around here?
That's what I mean.
Say we have business.
I
with
say
him,
we
yeah.
go around, try and get some information where he would
I
be,
literally
where he
said we
likes to
should
be.
do that like 10 minutes ago.
Okay, Stellan,
We
fine.
should
Well,
probably disguise.
yes, Stellan came up with the idea. Fantastic. Now we're doing Stellan's
okay,
idea.
let's
I'm so
fucking
glad
go.
you came up with that
Hold
idea,
on,
Stellan.
wait, stop, hold on.
Calm down.
Oh, Jesus. We should have
What is going
anyone
on
who
with
can
you, Mountain?
disguise themselves in order and them for us to ask for information, because if we go around looking for someone
Taxi, we
a
robbed the
hit on-
play like a month ago. Not
I
even.
didn't. What are you talking about? I'm saying if we're asking for information on someone we're trying to kill,
Yeah.
then we probably shouldn't do it looking like we do.
He's got a point.
Now,
what? I think that's very logical.
Also, Velrisa had something to say.
whatever, sure. I don't really have any rebuttal. I mean, like, we never really done it before
All right.
whenever we do crimes. But whatever, let's just put on a mustache
It's always
or something.
chaos afterwards.
Yeah, what of it? Chaos is
We
fun.
don't need that right now.
Well, which one of us would you say looks the most normal?
None of us.
I'm gonna cast
Stillman.
I
disguise.
believe Br'aad is
Stillman. No, I'm saying out of all of you, who looks the most normal? It's Silnan. Look, have you?
Doesn't he have a glowing purple arm?
Not his charisma. He has that card up, and he has a really good charisma. So he's the one who's very approachable as well. Along
I
with
cast
Br'aad.
disguise self and give myself a big beard and a mustache.
Okay. What color?
Gray.
Gray. Okay, I like it.
I point at Br'aad.
But
See?
Velrisa
No
had
one
something to
will-
say. Velrisa.
did I? I don't recall.
Oh, you started saying something before, like
I
when
know.
when they mentioned
Yeah.
no when they mentioned that they were
Yeah,
and they're looking for the
I was
lair.
gonna
Yeah.
say, no
Br'aad.
matter what. Jesus fucking Christ.
Beard.
No matter what time of day it is, if he doesn't want to see sunlight, he can be awake or asleep. So we have no idea of telling. And he could be awake right now inside of his lair or cave or something.
Exactly.
Well, I like the idea of old man Br'aad, vampire hunter over here, going around and asking people. I think it would be a great
Br'aad
time.
jumps off the wagon.
Well, maybe he comes. Maybe he comes across the town at night.
You there.
He's already gone. He's just going. Okay.
He might.
Why
but
are
this
you
is
walking
something
away
else.
from me? I know you can hear me.
Velrisa.
I can tell you're walking at a brisker pace than you were before you heard me. You there. What? You're also walking away. Damn it.
Okay, maybe we don't do that.
Okay,
You there,
Velrisa.
small child.
Velrisa. Also, don't forget to share the information if you want to that I told you, as well. Just so you know. But also leave
You
the
look
fucking
like you're
bit that
3 years
Br'aad-
old, but I'm gonna swing you around until you give me an answer.
Okay.
I'm
Are you actually
swinging
okay?
around?
Br'aad.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Look at me. Okay. We're here. Back here in the real world, reality. Are you actually wanting to go ask around people? Like look around for anybody to ask? Okay,
Yes,
make an
yes, I am.
investigation check for me.
Back in the real world of
As
D&D.
you, well, I meant like just come back to me for a second.
I got a 18 plus 2, so a
Damn,
20 actually.
Nice. Okay, well, Br'aad
the
walks
fuck?
away from the party, walks off on his own to start looking. Is there anything else
I got
anybody
my-
wants
I
to
got
do?
my big
Is there
beard.
anybody
If I'm with them,
talking nearby?
it'll be conspicuous.
Exactly. So is there anything else anybody else wants to do
Is
or
there
talk
a tavern
about?
around?
As I said before, it's very hard to tell. The town is quite small, and nearly every building just looks like residential housing. The largest buildings are no more than very small 2-story buildings.
Well, I'd like to just go find like conversations to eavesdrop on. I don't want to talk to anybody specifically. I
So
just
you want to
eavesdrop.
move in and start looking for eavesdropping?
What are you?
What was that
Where are you
text?
going?
I'm gonna go listen
Before
to
you
people
go,
talk.
can I tell you guys something?
Yeah.
What is the-
Recalling back to my knowledge on vampires from studying, there's a lot of telltale signs that there's a vampire in the area. When night draws, there's more wolves, rats, and bats and creatures amongst, and also the nature around starts to wither. The trees and the grass is dead. And that's an easy way to tell that a vampire is near.
That's not at night though. It's just in general.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, taxi. That's
Taxi. That sounds up
your
your alley.
department.
Okay. Okay, Jared. Then a question for you. If I use locate animals or plants, and I try to detect a specific kind of plant, can I try and detect a plant that is withering? Like, can I try and feel a specific plant's
You
like
wouldn't be able
life
to do
energy?
that. If you look for a specific plant, you'll find the closest one to you in the area, but you won't be able to tell how alive that plant is. You'll just know its location. You could go to the plant and then see, and you could tell by looking at it. Oh, this plant. You as a druid know the telltale signs of a dying plant, but you can't just detect it from a distance. You'd have to be close to it.
Is there anything that druids can do to detect if it's an area
let me
like
check, let me
around
check.
a specific being that that's
There should
dying
be. There should be.
and a
All right,
forest?
so you're looking for any way to like detect where the decay's coming from? Is that what you're saying?
I guess detect an area that might be dying.
Well, I mean, where you are in the village now, you're still near the side, so you can also look around at the nature nearby you. If you want to move over to the woods, you could start seeing if you can notice any signs of decay already. And
sure,
like
all
that.
right. Silnan, you can. I guess Silnan does that, and I'll go do this. Well, Br'aad
and
does
then-
that, and then I hop off the carriage or whatever we're on, the wagon.
okay, and then
go
what
do
is
that.
Mountain and I'm saying Mountain and Bisley? Well, what's Mountain and Velrisa doing? What is Mountain and Bisley doing?
Hey,
Oh, me and Mountain have just decided to
Start our own
we're getting
podcast.
married.
Me and Mountain are starting our own podcast.
Yeah, me and Mountain are
We're
starting a
jumping
podcast.
podcast.
Also starring Rick and Morty from the popular show Rick and Morty.
Wait,
Couldn't
can
be
I
a
come
good show.
too?
no,
Do you want to be
guys.
Rick or Morty?
Guys, shut
I
the
would love to
fuck
be- I
up.
would love
Okay,
to be
no.
Morty.
What is
Stop,
Mountain? What
it's
is Mountain
not
and Velrisa
cool.
doing in this? No.
Um,
Sonnen is going off to go eavesdrop on
and
conversations. Taxi's heading towards the nearby woods to
I'm not
observe
the-
nature, and Br'aad is moving to go find people to interrogate,
Yeah.
Okay.
to harass.
Taxi, where are you?
You mean
Where you going?
Beard?
He's kind of walking away. Hello, taxi.
I just told you.
you
Silnan's
didn't.
gonna go do that. I'm gonna go do this. And Br'aad's
What is
gonna
this?
go do that. I'm going
All
to
right.
expect the woods.
All right, you go and inspect your wood, whatever.
All right, cool.
Velrisa,
Jesus
come with me.
Christ, dude.
We'll just walk through the town.
Walk to where?
Just
Walk through the town. Okay, just make an investigation check
kinda
for me then, if
look
you're gonna do
around.
that, both of you.
I retcon that. I did not say Jesus.
17.
17. Okay, Mountain.
It could be by gods.
By the gods, man.
Investigating.
There you
That's a 29 natural.
20 on that for Mountain.
Good
Yeah,
rolls
no,
today,
for real.
boys.
Very good.
Who is mine?
Okay, so let me just see. Silnan, as a general rule for your eavesdropping, just make a stealth check for me. What's your
stealth
passive
check. Well,
perception
that's easy.
as Silnan?
My passive perception is
14. Yeah,
14.
you'll be fine. So yeah, just give me a stealth check.
That is 11 plus 11, 22.
me.
So yeah, we're
Jared.
gonna move into taxi first. That's why. So
I rolled a natural 20.
you rolled a nat 20. Nice. What's
I don't know
your
what that check is yet.
what is your nature modifier?
Plus 1.
Plus 1. Okay, so 21.
21.
21. Very good.
All right.
So, Taxi, we'll start with you. You move to the nearby woods. They still look quite lively, but as you move closer and start to inspect, especially you can tell by the way the bark is starting to shape on the nearby trees, it's becoming more brittle, which is a sign that the tree is starting to get less nourishment. So you can tell that the life here is starting to develop this decay, but it's not very strong, so the lair must still be a decent distance away, at least from the entrance of town.
I don't know how long it will take, but I rolled pretty high, so I'm gonna try and follow the decay to see where it gets worse and where it gets worse and where it gets worse.
So for that, I'm just gonna have you make a general wisdom check for me.
Alrighty. 20 not natural.
20 not natural. Okay, we'll move back to that. You start trying to feel the nearby plants and see where the decay is getting worse and then following it in that direction. And we'll get back to that as you're attempting that. But moving on from that, we're going to move to Br'aad.
Yay.
So Br'aad, you are just looking for anybody you can question.
Yes, I just want to ask them where this person is.
It doesn't take you super long. You walk. So as you walk into town, you notice the town square, if you will, is pretty much right here at the entrance. There's just a small well at a sort of a circular standpoint in the village, and then there's a few roads that curve off from that lead down into housing.
Okay.
The only thing here other than the well at this current time, there are a few stalls nearby that are all empty or vacant. But there's also a notice board, this large wooden board sitting next to the well that has a couple of flyers on it and a couple pieces of paper if you would like to inspect. But if not, we can move on.
You said there was a person here or no?
Not yet. But
Oh,
we can
okay.
get to the
I mean,
person.
I guess while I'm walking by, I'd look at the notice board, but probably not like any more than that.
Okay, there's only a few pieces of paper on here. One of them is asking for a bonus farm hand, just a secondary, somebody to help out with heavy lifting on a farm. Another one is a missing child. And then the third one is a notice looking for a monster slayer.
Bro, I'm about to fucking go Witcher. What's the missing child one? Does it have any details or no?
It has a very small charcoal drawing of what looks like a young boy, short hair that curls at the very end on the front. He looks to be probably about the age 5 or 6. The only information it gives is that his name was, hold on. Sorry.
Did he die?
He's missing. It says that it's gone missing, but I'll get to that in a second. It says that his name was Ballard. Was the young boy's name.
Okay.
And it says that he went missing one night. The single mother of the family woke up to their front door being wide open in the dead of night, and the child was nowhere to be seen.
Well, you already fucking know. Anyway, I'm gonna internalize that information, but leave the.
Would you like to read anything else?
No, I think that's all right.
Okay, you move on. Moving down the next street past the town square, you actually see a mother standing at the front door of their very small house, single story, probably like 3 rooms, including the front entrance. But she's standing at the front door, a bit past at the entrance of the gate to their yard. You see a boy as well, and they seem to be in the middle of some sort of very heated argument about the kid wanting to go outside and play, and the mother's trying to keep him inside. As you approach, she's just scoffing at the boy, and she says, "You get back here right now. You know where the other boys have gone. You know what's happened to them."
You there.
Her eyes widen. She looks up as you approach, and the boy immediately runs back up the walkway and then hugs onto her leg.
I have traveled many nights. Where may I find Elias Towerfall?
Whoever you're looking for is not here.
Where is Mr. Towerfall?
I don't know that name.
I've heard he's a hero around these parts.
Well, he's no hero of mine. And then she pats the boy, and she leans down and whispers, and then he walks back into the house behind her.
I curse your bloodline. Vanaka knows of us.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm looking for Elias Towerfall.
You've already said that. I do not know who that is.
I curse your bloodline.
I've never heard that name before in this town. You must look elsewhere.
Have a good day.
She'll just slowly walk back inside, shutting the door, and then you hear a hard thud as something barricades it.
Interesting. I scratch my beard. I go on to the next house.
Okay, you move on to the next home. Like just the next one over, or until you see another person.
The next one over.
Okay, you walk up the walkway to the next house. The door is shut.
I knock on it.
After a few seconds, you hear the sound of something being shifted. Someone getting up. They walk over to the door. You just hear a man's voice coming in. Before even opening the door, he just speaks through the door. Hi, who's there?
I'm looking for Elias Towerfall.
Hey, Elias Tower. I can't say I know that name.
I'm curse
sorry.
your bloodline.
Jesus Christ.
I curse your children and your children's children.
Go bugger somebody else, you whore fucker. And then he turns around and you hear heavy boot fall going into the house.
I go to the next door.
Just assume the next few fucking
You move on to the next
like
door.
this.
Okay, you go to the next door. Next house.
The dumb's drunk.
I'm looking for Elias Towerfall.
He didn't even wait for a response.
Where is he? Is he inside this house? Are you harboring Elias Towerfall?
The door opens.
I cursed your bloodline.
Jesus Christ.
The door begins to open, and you see a rather tall figure actually standing inside. As the door opens a bit more to give you more of a visual, you see a tall woman standing before you, dark black hair, wearing this tan sort of garb that reminds you something a bit more tribal. She definitely is out of place in an area like this.
Elias Towerfall. It's good to make your acquaintance.
That's not the name.
Do you know where I can find Elias Towerfall?
I can't say I've heard that name.
Your bloodline.
My bloodline.
I hereby curse your entire bloodline. From start,
You're an interesting fellow,
from start
aren't
to
you?
finish. The curse shall never be lifted.
And who is this Towerfall that you're looking for?
He's a local hero. Elias Towerfall. Are you him? Do you know where he is?
I am a her. But I've been in this town now for a few weeks, and I haven't heard any of the locals speak of a Elias.
DM, am I saying his name wrong?
No, you're not. You're not. So it is confusing that you were given the information he's a local hero, but no one seems to say that they know of him.
I would like to
Who is
roll to
this
see
Elias?
if there's any magics at work.
Make an Arcana check.
I got a 16.
16, you don't feel any sort of magical presence nearby or in the area,
see.
or you don't notice any sort of hints as to magical charming or anything on any of the people.
Listen, between you...
Listening.
All right, I uncurse your bloodline temporarily. Between you and me, have you seen any signs around here of vampires?
Jesus Christ.
That's right. The night people.
She looks down at you. She opens the door like all the way now, so you get more of a vision on her. She's a very, very muscular body set. On her tall frame, you can see a lot of muscle build, very athletic. But
all right.
She nods and she goes, "So that's what you're here for. Would you like to come in?"
If I was a vampire, you would have just given me permission to enter your home.
Yes, I would have. But if you were a vampire, why would you talk about vampires in the area and give yourself away?
Good point. Here I go. I go.
Stepping inside, the household is quite barren, actually. There's not a lot inside. This main larger room, there is a table with 2 crates sitting beside it as chairs, and there is a mug of ale sitting on it. Other than that, inside you see a couple of rolled up satchels that have what seem to be tiger pelts wrapped around them, and a few other traveling gears, and mostly just storage bags.
Okay. And if your name
I
is...
know of the vampire you're speaking of. That's why I'm here as well.
Surely.
My name is Sokka. Who are you?
Ang.
My name is Elias Towerfall. No, hang on.
And then you just attack her.
So dumb. I'm gonna... Hang on. My name is Beardman Hunt Guy.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
For Beardman Hunt Guy?
Yes, with disadvantage, please.
Hang on. I got a 15.
15?
Yeah.
Interesting name. How did you hear about this vampire? I imagine wood doesn't travel far in a place like this.
He's made a lot of enemies, and I've been sent here to put a stake through his heart.
Vague. I like you. Well, I don't have much information on you, except for the fact it seems like the people of this town are in on it. They don't want to give away his position, but it seems as though he's feeding on them. But for some reason, they still don't look for assistance. They still allow it. They still hide him.
Interesting. Do you think this could be some sort of symbiotic relationship?
You're speaking big words. I don't know what you mean. I
Are
apologize as I'm not a native common speaker.
Are they benefiting as well from his routine feeding? Or
that is a chance. That is a chance.
Are they under the influence of some sort of dark magics?
That could also be the chance. I'm afraid we won't know until we find the vampire's lair.
What are you seeking to get out of hunting down this man? This beast?
It is my occupation. It is what I do. What I stand to gain would be coin.
From who?
From the guild if I bring back a vampire's head. I'll surely get a new ranking as well with a find like this.
It seems that we both agree the locals know more than they're letting on.
It seems we would agree to that, yes. So, Mr. Beardman, what say you and I do?
It's Mr. Hunt Guy. My first name is Beardman. So technically it would be Mr. Hunt Guy. I just wanted to clear that up. What do you say we try and get some more information out of these locals? Maybe with both of us.
Well, I am resting at the moment. I was already out the previous night. I've been trying to find him under the cover of night where he'll be more active.
Of course.
If you would like to join me tonight, I'll be around the woods looking for his lair. I have a very strong feeling he's not staying anywhere in the village, but somewhere close by. Most likely using the tree line to get to and from quickly.
We'll see what happens. If me and my hunting party stumble by him first, I'll be sure to leave the head out for you. Ha ha ha.
I would appreciate that, Mr. Hunt Guy.
It's Mr. Beardman.
Hunt
Guy is my first name.
Before you piss me off any further, I think you say you have a group, so you may have a chance of finding him if you're looking for information.
My hunting party.
Just keep in mind, right, that the people know more than they're leading on. If you dig in deeper, perhaps you can either break the spell or even get them to spill. But I must rest now so I may hunt tonight.
I appreciate your help, Sokka. And I take a bite out of a garlic clove.
Constitution save.
I got a 7.
You try to look really cool as you bite into it, but as soon as your teeth make contact and you actually crunch all the way through, you immediately start gagging and coughing just by the feeling of it anywhere inside of your mouth. So that, like, going up towards your nostrils, like the smell and feeling, it starts burning. You start immediately coughing.
As you can see, awesome. I am not a vampire.
Yes, I see.
Would you like a bite?
No, please leave.
I
saw it coming and it was so funny.
Backflip out the door.
The door shut. Moving on from Br'aad for now, unless there's something else you'd like to do after your backflip.
No, I'm gonna probably interrogate a kid, but let's move on.
Wonderful. We'll move on. We're gonna move over to Velrisa and Mountain. Velrisa and Mountain. You start walking around town, getting more of a feel for it. One thing you notice is that there is a tavern on the opposite side of town, near the northern side of it, away from the actual entrance you came in on. There is a tavern with an inn on the top of it, and there are a few stores, like a general store, a bakery, very small market area up there.
Okay.
Other than that, it's mostly residential. A lot of families here are fishers, or the males, even some of the females around here as well, take place in the labor of the lumber farm nearby, the lumber yard that cuts down the nearby patches of forest.
All right. Well, it couldn't hurt to take a step into the tavern.
It could not. If you'd like to, you may.
Oh God.
And okay, while we're in the tavern, could I possibly look for like bite marks on people?
Sure. I'll make a perception roll for me now, and we'll keep that as your flat roll throughout that. And that'll just be like, because what's your passive perception is Velrisa? It's not great, is it?
Passive perception 24.
Your passive perception is 24? Never mind. Do not roll. You're fine. Holy fuck. I thought Velrisa's passive perception was way lower.
Mm-hmm. Oh, because remember,
your passive perception is 20.
You did take up. I forgot that completely.
I'd also want to keep
Velrisa has a massive passive perception.
Massive perception.
Dude, this sucks. I'm so fucking useless now. Way to go.
Dude, just put on a beard and say that you're fucking Beardman Hunt guy, and then you'll be useful
I increased wisdom and +5 to
I'll just grow out my fur and become
I went
a
from like
lion.
17 to 24.
Okay, bye-bye.
So yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I will let you know at the end of that. But yeah, Velrisa will keep her eyes out for any bite marks on anybody.
I'd also like to keep my eyes out just for anything in general that might
okay.
Like nothing specific, just
typical mountains staying alert.
Typical mountain.
Entering the tavern, walking in the front entrance, just a single wooden door. You open it up into the tavern. There's nobody at any of the tables. There's a few circular tables with 4 chairs around each, sitting in this main room. A bar on the other end. You can see a door to a kitchen, and then on the opposite side of the wall from the entrance is where the stairs up to the inn area is. It's mostly just basic. Everything's oak wood in here. Not a lot of decoration. It's actually a little musty. You can see the dust in the air in some areas where the light shines through. And you don't see anybody around or hear anyone as you first enter.
Okay. And I'd probably just order a drink and sit around for.
There's nobody there.
Just a little bit. Oh, there's nobody.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you meant like nobody. Like it was. Empty,
and
like,
nobody
without...
else even. Like as you enter, there's no sound. There's nobody at the bar. Like there's no bartender. It's just quiet.
This is quite odd, Mountain. I don't see anyone.
I don't see anyone either. Hello?
Oh,
anybody?
Yes. 1 second.
Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and approach the bar then.
Okay, you walk up to the bar. A few moments pass. A Chalton male comes in. Chalt being a tribal island very far off the coast of a continent very far away. You only know about it because they had a recent problem in Chalt. Probably about 30 something years ago. Chalt was the beginning of the Death Curse, which was a worldwide crisis that everyone knew about. But you can tell by looking at this man. You can tell by the way he looks. The dress he wears is this long overcoat with these very vibrant collars that are zigzagged and pattern weaved into it. It's very, very obviously Charlton. But as he comes out, he goes, "What can I do for you? What do you need?"
I was just looking for a drink.
Do you have a preference? What kind of drink? We have ale, we have whiskeys, we have wines.
Whatever is most popular around here.
I think most of the workers here like meat off their labor.
Well, then that's what I'll have. 2 meats.
Okay. We'll be back in a second. And he seems very on edge as well. Like his eyes kind of dart over your shoulders, and he's looking around as he's speaking to you. And then he hurriedly walks back into the kitchen.
Fuck is up with that guy?
He looks scared. Is he scared of us? Perhaps. Maybe he's never seen a tiefling.
I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's not us that he's scared of.
He comes back out. He slams down 2 empty mugs in front of both of you, just simple wooden mugs, and he pours some mead into them. Will there be anything else?
No from you.
Wonderful.
What?
It's only 4 copper. You can pay me whenever you'd like. You don't have to right now.
I'll set 4 copper down on the counter. So, not a lot of business around here.
No, not recently. With the fishing market, they haven't had a lot of good catches recently, and a lot of people have been moving, saying it's a part of a curse,
Right.
per se.
Strange. Hey, so you wouldn't have happened to hear of a man named Elias Towerfall?
No, never heard that name before.
Insight check.
Go ahead, roll for it.
8 plus 7, 15.
15, you notice right before he says that he's never heard of it, you see his eyes widen slightly and he takes in a very quick inward breath. He goes, no, I've never heard of that before.
I take out 5 gold and put it on the table.
He very, very obviously starts eyeing the gold and even bites his lip a little bit as you place it on the counter.
Hey,
Still never heard of him?
No, I can't say I have. Elias never, it's a bizarre name.
Well, it's a shame. Anyway, carry on.
Right, and he kind of he starts to turn around and he takes a double take looking at the gold and then he goes back into the kitchen.
I make it 10 and hope he notices.
Okay. He comes back around to wipe off the table and he sees the 10 gold sitting there. But he doesn't. You see him take notice, but he doesn't say anything. He quickly looks away again.
Do I notice anyone else back there with him?
Make a perception check for me, Mountain.
I'm going to perceive so fucking much.
1.
I've never perceived this much before in my life. It is 18. I actually
Wow,
rolled decently.
your eyes are wide
18?
open.
There is a bit of light coming from the back, from the kitchen. As I said, it's kind of musty, a little dark in here. Just a few light rays coming from the very thin vertical windows around the sides. But looking into the kitchen, you don't hear anything aside from him. You don't see anyone, and it doesn't seem like anybody's cooking either. So you assume there's nobody else around, at least not making themselves noticed by your perception check.
Okay. Well, I'm going to continue to drink my drink.
Okay.
And just wait and see if I see anybody else, just for a couple minutes at least.
I whisper to Mountain. You know, I think he might be the only one in this tavern.
I'm counting on it.
You saw his face, right? He knew exactly who Elias Towerfall is.
He had to. I'm just not sure why he would keep it a secret.
He's clearly lying.
Well, not for
You
long.
think you can do what you do best?
Oh no!
I stand up.
Where is he right now?
In the
What'd you
kitchen.
Okay, I just wanted to step into the kitchen. Say,
Okay, we'll
"Excuse
get
me."
back to that. We'll get back to that in a second. As you step into the kitchen, we're going to cut to Silnan really quick, but we'll get right back to
damn.
that. We'll get right back to that, trust me. We'll cut to Silnan really quick.
Real
Silnan,
quick, I'm gonna hear nothing important. 'cause
you
I'm
hear
gonna miss all
nothing.
the
Fuck
dialogue
you.
about this.
No, you sneak around. You go down the other side of the town, down the leftern road once you come up the to the town square. So that would be the western side, the western ward of the town.
Okay,
You move up the road, staying close to walls, staying close to back, anywhere you can move where you can keep yourself easily obscured. You do see, in fact, two men. Both of them look like laborers. Lots of upper body strength. They're sitting at a small table in front of one of the houses, and they're playing cards, speaking to each other. You move up the backside of the house using their actual nearby chicken coop as a spot to hide your body and listen in. Listening in, you hear very slight parts of the conversation. First, they're just joking with each other back and forth, talking about one of them pushing out of the bet, one of them not raising the stake, just kind of, general just shit talking of each other. And then after a few seconds, one of them just sighs and goes, I think I'm gonna leave here. I've been talking with the wife about it, and we don't think holding up the bargain's really worth it anymore. The offerings, the money, it's not worth it. We're gonna find a city to live in, maybe start a family there. And the other guy, after a few seconds of silence, are you sure that's a good idea? He said he'd find anyone that left. I don't know if it's a good idea to challenge somebody like him. There's not many other choices than we have. We've already taken our son. I mean,
All we ever wanted was a family, and it's not gonna happen here. Not with that creature of the night walking around. Gods be on our side, I don't know what we're gonna do. And then they go back to their card game.
Okay, so they're definitely here. Okay. I kind of want to go out there. Someone's sneaky, man, but he also could. Yeah, someone walks out. Hey, fellas, how's it go? You playing cards? Mind if I take a seat? I take a seat somewhere.
There's no side seat, and
I sit down in the air.
the guy on your left, he's not as built as the other guy. He's a bit more lanky, bit of stubble, and he's wearing just a rag over his bald head. We're not taking anybody else. It's just a friend game. Beat it, please.
No, come on. I mean, we can be friends. I mean, you guys.
You're not any friend of mine.
Listen, I mean, I'm new in town, right? And I just got here. I don't really know the ins and outs of things. I just need some people to kind of teach me about how things go around here, you know? And I feel like...
Didn't you hear me? I said bugger off! And then the other guy puts his hand up and stops him. Sit down. Go ahead.
I sit in the air, showing off my impressive core strength.
He deals you a hand. They are playing what is called Kobold Capture, which is, let me pull up rules if you'd like.
A game I'm very familiar with, I'm sure.
Only a little bit, actually. It wasn't very common in the Wharf. You know, it's very similar to Blackjack, where the cards you own tally up to a total score, but you can only draw cards by using the cards themselves as different groupings. So I'm not going to get into it exactly because we don't need to go over the full rule set. But like certain like even numbers pair together to make groups, and using groups you can draw a certain amount of cards. At the end of the game, whoever has the most groups that tally up to the best score wins the game. So you sit down, you begin playing with them. Is there what you want to say? They don't seem to be very talkative after the game starts.
So they're not very talkative now.
Now that you sat down, they're not talkative at all.
Okay.
Very quiet.
Say, fellas, I'm looking for some information. So how about I put down, let's say 3 gold. How about I bet this and you guys give me information if I win?
The smaller guy doesn't say anything, and he seems to start to say something like he's going to nip at you as you say it. But the bigger man picks up your 3 gold and puts it into his shirt pocket, and he just makes eye contact with you the entire time as he puts it in. And
what do you want to know?
I hear there's an Elias Tower fall in this town. Me and my
don't know that name.
Friends don't know that name, do you?
Not at all, right?
And the bigger man, he just kind of you see him you see him clench his teeth for a second, but he looks away and goes,
right, never heard that name before.
Considering how quick your response was, I'm sure you do actually. Maybe I can sweeten the pot a little bit. And I pull out another 3 gold. I double it.
Persuasion check.
That's really fucking bad.
Oh no.
It's an 8, 2 plus 6.
Oh yikes. This time he doesn't even look back at the table. He continues looking away, and the other guy looks down at the gold and looks up at you and goes,
listen, Charity Case, I don't care how many golds you put down. I don't know any Elias, all right? Your best bet's just buggering off, going somewhere else.
Okay, Sylvan looks straight at the guy who mentioned he was about to move. He loses his otherwise, pretty, I guess, cheerful, I don't know, cheerful demeanor, and goes straight face. Listen, I heard what you were saying there about leaving the town. I'm finding Elias Towerfall one way or another. You don't want to find out about that right now. You're going to tell me what the fuck and how the fuck I'm going to find him. I mean, oops.
He just slowly looks over, keeping his head sort of upturned, so he's almost looking down on you as he turns one eye to look over and make contact.
I don't know where he is. I don't know what he is, but he needs to die.
Well, that's the plan, isn't it? That's what I'm here for.
The other guy, you can tell he immediately starts sort of panicking, but trying to hide it. You can hear his breathing pick up. He starts looking around.
If you don't want to be here, you can get out now.
You don't understand. You don't know.
I don't care what you think.
You don't fucking get it, outsider. He listens. He hears everything we say.
It's not gonna matter if he's dead.
Anybody acts up. Anybody does anything that they don't like. Kids go missing. Livestock goes missing. Money goes missing. Lives are lost. Every single time somebody tries this. You think you're a hero, you want to come in here and kill more people.
Well, I don't think anything's gonna be, from the looks of things, everybody's already inside in fear anyway. Nothing's changed. People are dying anyway, I'm sure. He's gotta be feeding on somebody. If nobody does anything, he's just gonna keep doing that. You wanna just live in this same hellhole? Is that the idea?
Bloody fucking hell. Look, we don't know where he lives. We just know he comes when he takes the offerings.
And what do you do with the offerings? Where is that?
Every night, whenever he wants something, he'll come and he'll demand it. It's food, money, horse, children. Whatever he wants, he asks for it.
Okay.
The next night, if we don't supply when he arrives at our door, we're goners.
Has he asked for anything recently?
Recently, it's been mostly just the typical food, women. I haven't seen him or heard from him in the last 2 nights, but I've seen people going missing, so he's becoming more active.
Okay, and there's nothing else you can tell me then?
There's nothing. What more is there to tell?
Any information helps.
We're stuck here. We're trapped to be nothing more than slaughtered. We have nothing.
Someone kind of stands up, stretches a little bit. Not for long, you aren't. Starts walking away. I don't care about his stuff story. I'm walking out of here.
He kind of just throws his cards as you walk away and goes, "Big talk for someone like him. He'll be dead tomorrow."
Tough talk for his mother to fall cock.
A fall cock? Did you just say fall cock?
I messed it up a little bit. I'm sorry. Just keep going with your thing.
We're really going. Yeah, I walk away.
Okay. You walk away. We're gonna cut back to well, what was Br'aad doing again, first of all?
You just forget about Taxi?
Cursing.
No,
cursing
I know what
bloodlines.
Taxi's doing. I'm just asking what Br'aad was doing really quick. I know Taxi. I know what Taxi's up to. We'll go back to that. But I forget what did you say Br'aad was doing next, Charlie? After the backflip.
Br'aad was also going to interrogate people, so probably like linking back up with the party might be the best way to do things right now.
Okay.
But
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
We'll go
Yeah,
back
I think
to that. I was just making
someone's
sure.
just gonna try to find the party as well.
Okay,
at this
I was just
point.
making sure there's nothing I was missing that I forgot about. Okay, cool. So Taxi, you move through the woods, keeping an eye on any of the flora that's giving you information. First, it was the trees. You're using the brittleness of the bark, but as you move forward, you can tell by even some of the weeds growing around some of the trees, the way that they wilt, the way that they sit lower to the ground. They seem heavier. You can start to notice the decay growth, the amount it's changing and the amount it's growing, and you feel like you're following a correct direction, and it starts to head pretty far away from the town to the point where you no longer see it in the distance. Do you want to continue?
Oh, fuck.
As you look ahead, up ahead, it's just woods. You're going into the woods. You're looking up into the sky. You can see some clouds rolling in from the western wind, and you gather that it's most likely going to start drizzling or raining soon, probably in the next hour or so.
Okay, I'm talking to myself. I should confirm a spot if this is the way. If it rains, do the withering plants and stuff, does it like kind of?
It won't affect it. No, it won't affect their the way you can feel the decay and stuff. It's just, I was just letting you know that the weather looks like rain. That was just more general information for everyone.
Yeah, I'll move forward until I see like a spot or a person or like a house. I will move stealthily. I'll keep going a little bit more.
You begin moving further into the woods. There's no nearby trails, no nearby roads. You're just moving straight through the wilderness. One thing you begin to notice as you go further in this direction is that even though it's summertime, there's a lot of trees nearby where the leaves have fallen to the ground and are already turning the colors of autumn, the reds and the oranges and the browns. You start stepping over the leaves, some fallen trees on the ground, and you see in this this small patch in the center where these leaves are being hidden by nearby very thick oak trees, there is a hole in the ground, probably about the size of hill tree. I would give would be a good point of reference for Taxi. About how tall hill tree is about the diameter of this hole. And it just slowly burrows itself into the ground at a diagonal. So there's enough space where you think a person could crawl, but they'd be crawling at a very steep angle. And as you look around here, this seems to be the center of where the decay starts. you feel like this might be the entrance to this vampiric lair, although it seems to be cleverly disguised more like a animal's sort of den or hole in the ground.
All right. I'll mark it in my mental map and head back.
Okay. As you start heading back, you turn around just
very quietly.
Stealth check then. You're gonna go quietly.
I said stealthily walking up to you.
Well, you don't stealth check even for that. I'll say that you also approached with the same stealth check.
Okay. 21.
Okay. As you turn, you start walking away. As the clouds draw nearer, you hear the sound of a wolf howling somewhere close by. It makes you jump slightly, just a slight flinch, as it's a piercing sound out of nowhere, but you would guess probably about 50 feet away, you hear a wolf howl into the forest as you're moving away from this entrance.
Okay, I think I will wild shape into a wolf on my way back, just to try and blend in.
You wild shape into a wolf. What kind of wolf?
Cute little gray wolf.
Okay.
Little young wolf, little baby cub. He's gonna run.
Okay, and then you run. You start heading back to the town. Mountain.
All right.
As you walk into the kitchen, you see the little bit of lights coming from an open window on the other side. You can see that looks like a very general kitchen. There's a center countertop. There is a few storage boxes nearby. There is a stove, along with a lot of lumber sitting next to that, small pieces of firewood. The Charlton male, is standing next to that stove by the open window, writing in a journal on his own. Kind of like, you can see he has his hand laid against the counter, like sort of hunched over a bit. You can see he's gripping the counter very hard. You can see the white of his knuckles as he's gripped against it, writing. He doesn't even take notice of you as you enter.
So how tall is this guy per se?
He's 5'9", 5'10".
That's not bad. All right. So I just want to walk up to him and say, "Excuse me." And
what are you doing back here? Why? Hey, this is private property. You stay back at the bar.
I'm gonna walk up to him, kind of like try and sweep his leg and grab him by the fucking face, slam his head into the ground, and hold my hand over his mouth.
I am just not realizing how pointless this is with the information we have. It really is.
Okay, well, I don't know that.
But they don't know that. They don't know that.
Kidding.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
We all did
you
this.
say you want to start with the sweeping the leg?
I just want to like trip him and try and get him on the ground and cover his mouth.
Okay.
He wants to down him.
Yes. So, but we have to put this into combat of D&D just to make it fair on this poor NPC.
No, fuck him.
So to start with, if you're sweeping the leg, I need you to make a melee attack. So you need to roll to hit as you go to sweep the leg.
Okay.
Mountain is about to wax this bartender.
Oh, he's getting waxed.
Give him the work.
So make an unarmed strike. Yeah. So 14 unarmed strike.
Yeah.
That hits. Make a strength. He'll make a strength save actually against you. That makes more sense. Let me do that real quick. Yeah, he failed that. So you said you're gonna. What you say? Grab him by the face? Like what kind of grab are you looking for?
Like just trying to cover his mouth and also palm over his mouth and kind of slam his head into the ground. And then I want to get real close to his face and say, "Make a sound and I boil the skin off your bones."
Intimidation check.
Okay.
With advantage.
No advantage.
I'm just kidding. I ain't the DM.
But
my bad, bro.
But intimidation check for sure.
20 not natural.
20 not natural. You can feel how tense he is as you knock him to the ground. He starts to slowly relax. If you say that, he seems pretty pissed, but he's not.
That relaxed him?
He's not fighting back.
He's not resisting. Yeah.
I know you know something. You're gonna tell me. I take my hand off his mouth. Now, I'm not gonna ask you again. Who is Elias Towerfall and where can I find him?
What you're asking for is death. Why do you
I'm
want
not
to
asking
die
for
so
death.
badly?
You're asking for death, not telling me.
What does it matter if I tell you I'm dead anyway?
Well, if you tell me you're dead, if you don't, you're dead. You're kind of in a, between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
So.
And that hard place is Mountain.
And Mountain's hard.
Mountain's hard. Oh shit.
What you're telling me is I gain
nothing
from telling you. So why should I tell you anything at all? You kill me now, it will be less painful.
I don't know about that.
Boil my
I'm pretty
skin.
good
What
at it.
can you do? You're no monster.
What do I have? Let's see.
Are you gonna torch this man?
What do I have on me?
Uh-oh.
That
Jesus
will work?
Christ, you're
I
supposed
have
to...
I have a hammer. Let me grab the hammer.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna.
I'll bash him in the leg with the hammer.
Okay. Make an attack. Well, unarmed strike. Let's do unarmed strike again.
Non-lethal, I hope.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
20 or not 19.
19 to hit.
Good
That
night.
hits. Let me make sure you don't have Tavern Brawler. I don't think, do you?
I think I do. I'm not 100% though.
You don't. Okay, you don't have Tavern Brawler.
Okay.
So it's just the damage of your unarmed strike. So 6 damage. You shatter as you hammer into his leg. You shatter his kneecap.
Oh. Shame.
You don't realize these are commoners. 6 damage is. It's a lot.
I'm surprised he's not dead.
It's
4 damage.
It's a blessing. He's not a normal commoner because he would be dead right now. You would have killed him.
Velrisa just chilling?
Is Velrisa just sitting in the center? I'm gonna
I put my hand in front of Mountain. That's enough. That's enough of that.
He's gonna tell us where he is.
Right. What would it take for you to tell us?
Maybe a new kneecap.
I look at Mountain and look at his other kneecap.
Oh no! He's gonna die!
Well, I can take the other one. And what about your family? You have one of those?
What the fuck? What?
That has already been taken by someone with scary.
Put a kneecap in his ass!
Well, possibly.
This guy's not giving us any information.
Possibly we could give you closure. Maybe we can find your family.
Give me closure! You're breaking my fucking kneecap!
Oh my god, dude.
You're no better than the monster that prowls the streets.
I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna throw him into the center of the fucking tavern. It's pissing me off, dude.
I hold Mountain back with a hand.
Does Mountain stop when she does that, or he goes fucking do it? Like,
Yes, I stop.
Okay.
Mountain's going savage, bro.
Okay.
If we find this Elias Tower fall, we could maybe make your life way better.
Make my life better.
You've lost your family, you said.
Yes, I have. And now I've lost my leg.
Thank you, Velrisa.
I won't walk again.
Velrisa, can you do anything about that?
I put my hands on his leg and cast healing, or what the fuck was it called? It's been a long time.
Cure wounds, bitch!
Cure wounds. Okay. There it is.
Yeah,
go ahead. 5, 2, plus 4.
Fucking incredible.
11.
It starts to immediately realign. The bones themselves aren't fully in place. They'll take more time to heal fully, but it does fix the shattered kneecap.
Well, look at that. Your knee is back. It's amazing.
Don't be too hard on it.
What do you want to know?
Where?
Why do you
is he?
torture me so?
What does he want with this town?
What does he want? He wants us. He's a monster.
How
Do
do
you
you
not get it? He feeds on people like us.
So
Is that
why
you
protect
bring
him?
Because if I don't, then I die already. If I leave, I die. If I at least hide from him, if I at least keep it a secret, he promises me a full life.
What kind of life is that? You don't want to live that life. I'll step back from him.
There's not many other choices I have.
You do. You have another choice. We're giving you another choice. Tell us everything you know.
I don't
And
know.
we'll kill him today.
I don't know much. He comes at night.
Where does he come? Who does he speak to?
Why does he come?
Where does he go?
Specific.
Where does he come from, Kotanai Joe?
Jesus Christ, guys.
All right, Mountain, kill him.
Okay.
I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Anyway. He comes to the doorsteps. He demands what he wants, and if we do not give it, then our lives he takes. But at least if we abide, we have a longer life to live.
So he goes house to house.
Yes.
In which
And how
direction
often does he see? How often does he see you? How often does he come?
It's here and there. Some weeks it's more than others. I haven't heard from him in a few days.
Which direction does he come from?
I do not know this.
Okay.
He seemingly appears in the dead of night. I don't have much information for you. You think I have the guts to pursue him and track him down?
Well, obviously not. But
Aw, that makes me feel good.
it's all right.
I was doing that. I was tracking the monster.
Oh, I was like, this guy is fucking ruined.
You said the guts. It only applies to me. Just ignore.
Oh, your leg should fully heal.
No thanks to you.
Well, I told her to do it. I can break it again. Fucking
Mountain,
asshole.
do not.
I'm not gonna break it again.
Who are you?
Look.
Why do you even care to kill this thing? I can just tell by the way you talk. You're evil. Why do you care?
I am a follower. I step forward. I am a follower of Ouija, and I seek to hunt this undead.
I just want to
You're
get
a
some
follower
food
of a deity, and you walk around with this man and the things that he does, and you think it's justice? It is no more than picking from two different evils.
See it how you want. We're gonna kill this guy. If you want to keep being a bitch, you do that. We're gonna go.
Yeah, see how breaking bones helps every situation.
Fucking bitch, stupid fucking asshole, stupid fucking fuck.
And you exit the tavern, leaving this man on the floor of his tavern. As you exit, I will say before this, as you guys are exiting, switching over, Silnan and Br'aad, you guys meet in the town square. More just haphazardly around the same time. You guys are both around the town square and you see each other.
Oh, Br'aad, hey.
Silnan.
Still
Sorry, I forgot
the
about that.
character, aren't you? Oh, you find
I almost
anything
dropped it for a
useful?
second, but this is what I sound like now.
Okay, I'm
found,
with it.
I found a certain someone that told me that the villagers are in on it.
Yeah, I know they definitely are. I got one to crack though. I mean,
We gotta get
should-
one to crack.
I already did that.
What did he say?
Yeah. Well, let's meet up with everybody else so I don't have to say this twice.
All right.
Yeah.
They're probably at the tavern, huh?
I mean, it's Mountain and Velrisa. Well, mostly just Mountain. Yeah, they're at
You
the
guys are
tavern.
heading towards the tavern. Mountain and Velrisa, you exit the tavern. Where are you going?
And did they run into?
There they are.
Well, they're not there immediately. Is
I
there somewhere
see
you guys
them.
want? Is there somewhere you guys want to go, per se?
We're probably
or
just
you
gonna head back to where we last saw the party.
Okay, so you guys would then meet up on the road in between the town square and the tavern. So the four of you meet on the road. It's quiet at this point. The clouds are starting to come more overhead. The lights being blocked out by them. It's getting a bit dark. It's still not late at night. It's just getting close to rain.
Okay, where's Taxi? Do we wait or?
Where
I
did
don't know.
Where did Taxi go?
I
I
think
was
he
really
said he
paying
was
attention.
walking into the woods. He said he was gonna go do a thing, and he was kind of being
A gray wolf
so I just
approaches.
walked away.
It's a baby wolf cub and it's gray.
I'm on the hunt.
A wolf.
I'm on the hunt.
And then as soon as I
I'm
guess
after
I
You're my prey. I'm an apex predator, and I jump on it.
just can I dodge? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I'm gonna say for brevity, yeah, you just dodge out of the way.
All right, I come out of the wolf form.
He's good.
Whoosh.
That's why I wanted you to dodge. I'll say that.
Okay, so everyone's here.
All right, I know where he is.
Oh,
You know where he is.
Yes.
Taxi.
How'd you figure that out?
Taxi. I think
The
that
forest
I
tells
think
me
the
everything,
townspeople
Mountain.
are in on it.
They are.
All right, that's cool.
townspeople
It
are
looks
in
like
on
we'll
it.
have to
Okay.
interrogate one of them.
All right.
I already did that.
I already did that too. You
Oh,
did that.
My goodness.
I did that.
You guys
I did
put in
that.
some work, huh?
No, I did that too.
So what
Okay,
did
then we both
It's
did.
crazy. It's crazy what happens when everybody with the Swiss with similar goals all split the party. It's crazy what happens, right?
Yeah, it's insane.
It's crazy what happens.
Well, it is going to rain soon, and I prefer we get this over with quickly because it is terrifying. And but yeah, anyways, I did find where he
Well,
should
the real
be.
question is, well, if we invade his lair, is that the smartest move?
No,
Yes.
I don't know. We should probably catch him off guard. Not
I
in his
think-
own territory.
So wait, what was going on here? The people are in on it. We have to interrogate. You already
No,
interrogated.
we already interrogated.
Okay.
Listen,
and
the
then,
people are in on it. They're terrified. They're scared for their lives.
Yeah.
then why
God's
would
sake.
we definitely shouldn't fight him here then, and not bring
We
him
want to
in?
make
Why
sure
not?
that the people
Because he
don't
can-
get hurt.
That
Why?
gives him the opportunity to take even a little child hostage.
They
I
defend
mean,
him.
that's fair. Well, what's his lair look like? Like, what is
A
it?
hole.
Castle? A hole?
No castle, just a hole.
His name is Tower. What?
Yeah.
Towerfall. You're telling me
Obviously,
he doesn't
I
live in a
didn't-
tower?
I mean, I didn't go in and check because I probably would have died. I came back to get you guys so we could go.
All right.
I don't like holes.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Do you have a
Okay,
phobia or something? Would you like to stay here?
No, I don't want to stay here. But I mean, we could also just like, I don't know. I'm concerned a little bit, right? Because apparently
I
anybody
am
who
always
talks
concerned,
gets,
Sylvan.
that's fair. Anybody who talks gets killed, essentially.
I think
so
our
we
goal
could
is
just
to
as
kill
easily
him.
catch him off guard here by watching the people who talked.
we're gonna need a decoy if we're gonna do that.
Well,
The decoys are the people who talked about him.
Okay, yeah, then we'll just wait by them.
again, I mean, if we let him come into the town, it's kind of a bad idea for the people of this town.
I mean, to be blunt, we're not here to save them. We're here because we're getting a reward, right?
No, Tex is right. We should at least find
Okay.
another way.
Well, what if we just camped out?
What
his
if we
hideout? He has to
smoke
come-
him out?
That's
Like
also
my
a good
lungs.
idea.
How would we?
Well, I mean, he lives in a hole. We could just throw a fire in there. What if there's multiple exits? Shit.
Br'aad, you could use that wand. You could, boom.
Yeah,
do
fire
thing.
your wand.
Nothing has
thing
ever
down
gone
there.
wrong before when I've used this wand mountain.
I think if you
You're right.
shoot inside the forest, then it's another fireball.
That's a
Well,
good
we could
point.
chance it, but we need to decide if we're going to go to his hole,
Well-
his hole out.
It's better if we can
Or
get him
if
to
we're
come to
going to-
us, because then we'll have the element of surprise. We won't have the element of surprise, even trying to sneak up on him. I'm sure he's
I
perceptive
don't
enough.
think he expects anyone to know where he is.
Well, apparently he's always
So
listening.
it would probably be the element of surprise either way.
If he's always listening, then he's probably listening to us right now. So he
I
might
don't know
expect
anyone
it.
in this world who has good enough ears to listen from all
Well,
the way
it's-
over there in the woods to hear.
We
Listen, I
know
don't
you're
This is just what the
listening. Elias Towerfall. I know you're listening to
guess-
us right now.
We would
As
like
you,
to challenge you
as
to
you
a
say that
duel.
out loud, Br'aad, there's only a few seconds. There's a few moments of silence, and then you hear the squeak of a rat as a rat runs between your legs and just runs into a nearby
I
alley.
throw my spear at it.
Do you?
I don't know.
Do you? I mean, do you?
Should I?
It's a rat.
No.
It's your decision, I guess.
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
it's a rat. Just runs in between Br'aad's legs and then runs into the nearby alley.
That was him.
Was that? Oh shit! A rat.
No, we're not doing that.
Oh
meme.
shit! A rat.
It's
You brought
2020.
up that detail, so I figured it was important to kill the rat.
It's a
It is-
motherfucking rat.
Well,
Didn't you say there were more rats around
I don't.
when there's a vampire about? Is that
I thought it was bats.
bats, wolves, rats? I think it was.
Oh, speaking of wolves, I definitely heard one on my way back, and that's why I was a wolf.
I mean, I guess we don't really need to confirm he's
Listen,
here. He's definitely
We
here.
don't have days to waste here. It seems like the only real option is going into his lair.
I don't know if that's the only option, but it's the quickest. We can do it. I guess.
I don't really like it much.
I don't like it either, but
I don't like a lot of things, and I think we should do this one.
well, taxi. I'm so glad.
I guess our funeral.
You're suddenly
Okay, let's
courageous. Fuck it. Let's
well,
go.
if we die, we can just
How
come
big
back
is
as
this hole
vampires.
we're talking about?
Hilltree could fit.
What?
That just Hilltree.
Hilltree, want to kill a vampire?
Hilltree's not there. Hilltree's at the wagon.
Hey, Hilltree, want to kill a vampire?
What?
No, I haven't actually done
Yes,
that.
you scream out through the town.
Awesome.
Did you say you need pliers?
You yell that and just negate the entire episode we've recorded.
Well, listen.
No, he. I don't actually yell that though.
If all of the town is scared of him, what if we could just try and bolster the town into not giving him what he wants anymore, siding with us, helping us draw him out.
How well did that go when you interrogated?
It didn't.
I broke his kneecap.
One of them wanted out. You broke his kneecap.
Well, Velrisa fixed it.
That doesn't help. What? I just gave them some gold, and they were like, "Yeah, okay."
Well, he didn't take the gold.
Yeah, he didn't.
Well,
take the gold.
these guys, one of these guys wanted out, so I mean, like, I guess I'm kind of helping him in a way.
The man at the tavern said he lost his whole family to this man.
Yeah, no,
kinda
and
made me
then one
feel
of the
bad
guys
about
there
taking
lost
his
their
kneecap.
son.
Well, then we're
then-
wasting time. Should we go to his hole or not?
All right, yeah, whatever. Let's go to the hole. Taxi, take me to the hole. Us to the hole. Go to the hole.
Show us your hole,
Guide us to
taxi.
the hole, taxi.
Are we heading to the hole?
I guess.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking die.
We're going to the
I'm
hole.
gonna die, guys. We're going into a vampire's lair.
On
Hey,
the
you
way,
guys are not weak.
so the party together, you guys begin heading into the woods off the side of Oaklight towards this
Maybe we'll
vampire's
pass
lair.
him on our way there.
Sorry, I was on the hunt and I sniffed your pungent musk. I've been looking for you. I've got a letter from the Jarl. Let me open up the letter. It says right here you gotta follow at JRWI show on Twitter. And to talk about the show using the hashtag JRWI. It says right here there's also a subreddit. Keanu Reeves, thanks for the gold, kind stranger. That subreddit is reddit.com/r/JRWI show. Check it out for memes. If you're enjoying the show, make sure to tell your friends about it and our wacky adventures. And also rate us 5 stars on iTunes. But if you want to support the show directly, you can find us on Patreon. If you support the show over there, you can get some cool Just Roll With It special goodies. And also, we've just hit the milestone that lets us upload weekly. Oh, looks like it's time for me to be Beardman Hunt Guy again. Arr!
Continuing on, you guys travel into the woods. As I said, the rain starts. It's a very light drizzle. You guys start approaching the lair that you found, Taxi. As I said before, it's very easy to notice all the trees around it. The leaves have fallen off into the ground, almost like it's autumn, but only in this small area around the hole.
All right. We know what's at stake here, right?
Steak, I get it. I
That's
can get that one.
That's a good
Yum.
one. I like that.
So that hole over there. And I want to make a perception check to see if, like, I notice any wolves or figures that I did not see before.
Like nearby, just in the area? Yeah, go ahead, perception check.
Yeah, I just blew on my dice, got a natural 1.
Nice.
That's great.
The unlucky
That's great. I
blow.
love that.
It's still daytime,
It
right?
is, but it's much darker now because
getting
it's
close.
cloudy. But it's still like probably like only a few hours past noon. You guys were not doing much. You guys didn't do that much. You guys were gone for like maybe an hour. You guys didn't do that much.
Okay, so should we draw him out or should we just all go in? We don't know the terrain down there.
Well, I imagine it's tunnel-y.
Tunnel. Yes.
Can I peek? Can I
Totally.
peek in and see what I can see?
The hole.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think it's a big... We should
As you
just go in.
peek, as all you can see is just it's about the diameter of a small creature. probably about, like even about like only like a few inches shorter than mountain height, is the diameter of the hole. But it's just, all you see is the dirt patted down, and it moves at a very steep slope going down into the earth. You don't see anything inside of it though. You can just see the sides of the tunnel down with your dark vision as it continues.
Are you sure this is the hole?
Are we sure this isn't just some sort of random rat cave?
I mean, I don't know. Looks pretty much like a vampire hole. Like, I don't know what a vampire hole looks like.
Going based off what Velrisa told us, this is the place where the nature starts to die, and this is what I found.
Taxi. Only one of us can turn into an animal and fit inside this hole.
Wait.
It's me.
Can you put Live Clock in there? Can you send him in?
There is no way I'm gonna do that.
What?
Who's Live Clock? I'm Beardman Hunt Guy.
I cast Eye of the Grave. Eye of the Grave again.
Eye of the Grave.
So 60 feet undead.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so Eye of the Grave works for things that you can see around you.
Oh, really?
Because it says that if it's not behind total cover.
So
if it's so for instance, if it's down in the ground below you right now, you wouldn't see because.
But if it's behind a tree, it would detect.
Yeah. If it's like behind a tree nearby where it's still like it's not like totally covered or obscured from you, you'd still notice it. But no, you don't notice anything. You don't notice anything.
Okay, notice nothing.
Okay. Well, I can go down. I mean, you should be able to fit, shouldn't you? That's what you told me, Jared. They could just
you guys, if you guys, because the diameter, the width of the hole is like Mountain's height. None of you are as wide as Mountain is tall, obviously. All of you, if you were to crawl your body down, you would be able to crawl through the hole. It wouldn't be comfortable, and you wouldn't be able to turn your body around to go back. But you'd have enough room to easily crawl down it.
Okay.
All right.
As rats, Sonnen and I could go first, and then we'll scream if it's that.
Can scout ahead,
Do we crawl in after you?
Yeah.
If we scream,
just don't be too far. No, I don't think they should be too far behind.
Okay.
If we get into fight with a vampire, I mean.
Sure. All right. Okay. We'll go first then.
I think I'm holsterphobic. I don't like this. I think it'd be an
interesting experience.
Yeah.
Well,
I look at him real close. Insight check. Is he a vampire?
Someone bites you.
Are you looking at me? I
got a natural 20 for an insight check on Sylvan.
He's a vampire.
Outside right.
What a great use of your natural 20.
I'm outside right now. It's day. It's
if anybody's a vampire here, it's Velrisa.
All right, Sonnen, let's go.
Because you have necromancy spells. Because you're a grave cleric.
I do.
You have a spell called Vampiric Touch.
Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Chief.
Chief, don't look at me like that. I turned into a rat.
Yo, dude, that was pretty awesome. We just did just now.
We both turned into a rat in sync,
right.
bro.
And then you both start heading down the hole, and then everybody else will shortly follow. Correct?
All right.
That was the gist?
Squeak, squeak, motherfuckers. Let's go.
I want to crawl in the middle. I don't want to be in the front or the back.
Who's in front? Who's going first? That's not the rats. That's not the rats.
Mountain.
Velrisa. Who's going first?
I go.
Okay, so Velrisa in the back.
Cool. Yeah.
You guys all begin moving down. The rats first, because you guys have a much easier time as well.
I just had a mini panic attack, guys.
You follow down, and you notice it goes down into the earth for quite some time. You feel like you're moving over 100 feet deeper, and then maybe another 100 or so before you start to. The tunnel starts to no longer get steep. It starts to actually pull up and go more at a straight path. Following it forward, it comes into a room. Now, are you guys trying to exit the hole, or are you wanting to peek out as you come to the end of the hole here?
Peek.
Exit the hole with the rats. With the rats.
We're exiting the hole. Okay.
Coming out of the hole, then you see this. This room is covered in dark stone brick. It's lost with time. You can tell by the decay, some dead vines hanging off of some cracks in the wall. But looking towards the center of the room, you now see the vampire's lair. You see in this main room, there is a coffin sitting on this small stone podium. It's off in the corner of the room, just a coffin, almost like a bed in a bedroom, just sitting off to the side on this small stone podium. To the right of it, in the center of the room, though, is a bath, this large pool of hot water. And you can see a very pale, older man sitting in the hot bath as you guys are coming out of the hall. Accompanying him are 4 females, all looking of elven descent as well in the room.
Fuck. Not drow,
No,
right?
just elves.
Thank God we're saved.
Do they have fangs? Do I see the insides of their mouths? I want to see those canines.
They all 4 look quite pale, similar to him. You can very easily guess that these are some sort of thrall, some sort of vampiric servant.
Okay.
In rat language, I say to Silman, "Want to join them?"
It's not how rats work. It's just.
Damn it. Well, then I get out of my form and I say,
"What the?
Why would you do that?
Dude, what? Why?
I obviously don't, Jared.
I was like, why would you do that?
A jester.
But seriously, I want to join them. I'm gonna crawl over there.
Okay, you start moving. You start moving
Stealthily.
towards the bath in the center. Getting a more of a layout for the room. Let me go and do this. So the bath sits in the center. To the corner, there is the coffin. There are 4 stone pillars that hold this room up. You can tell you guys are very, very deep below underground by these stone pillars that are holding up the room like it's some sort of underground chamber. You can see off on the other side, away from where the hole is that you guys came in, there is a large archway, an open doorway that leads to what looks to be more of the building or whatever area you're in. But you move up towards the hot bath. As you move up, you can just hear the man speaking to the women. He seems to be quite flirtatious at this time of midday. But he does not seem to notice your presence at all, in fact.
What if I got inside the coffin and I unwild shaped and laid in there?
What the fuck
waiting.
is wrong with you?
Waiting?
What is wrong with you,
funny
Taxi? This is
Yo, bro, that's a surprise round right there.
That's funny. No, do what you want. It's up to you. It's up to you guys right now. He has not taken any notice of anyone's presence.
Grizz, do what your heart tells you, man.
I can't fucking believe this. Taxi's dead. I'm not chasing out a rat form if he sees you.
The problem is this is not something Taxi would do. This is something Br'aad would do.
What would Taxi do?
Right.
And okay, hang on. Honestly, dude, at the end of the day, do what's fun.
But Taxi
Okay.
totally wouldn't do that.
Do what you think is the most fun thing to do.
Dude, maybe he grew some balls, some rat balls.
Little
It's
rat
okay.
balls. Little
Yeah,
rat
it's
balls.
okay.
What happens with the other people? You said that everyone was following close behind into this
What area?
area.
We waited.
Oh yeah. So what? Oh yeah. No,
Everyone
you
was
guys.
fucking crawling
They're still in the hole. Are you guys wanting to exit the hole? I assume that they weren't going to exit the hole.
No.
I'm good.
It's like,
I'm
oh my
chilling.
god, it sucks. There's
Well,
no
I
way
think
that we can
that's up to
tell them.
Mountain.
Yeah, mountains in front. Would Mountain exit the hole, seeing this area? I mean, you can very clearly as you peek out of the hole. When you get near the end of it, you can
All right,
see
is there any way that
you can see the
um,
vampire in the bath with the women.
Is there any way that Sil and I can communicate to each other via rat?
Is there any
You don't have
signals?
hands.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Mouth.
I'm gonna
No
run around in
signals.
circles around Silnan's rat form, very fast, and then I'm gonna run towards the coffin, and then run towards Silnan, and then run towards the bath, and then run towards the hole where they are, and run around in circles in front of Mountain's face, and then I'm gonna run towards the coffin. What? And then I'm gonna run inside. I'm gonna get inside the coffin. I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm gonna get in the rat form. I'm gonna get inside.
Okay,
the
what does
coffin.
Silnan take from this? Other than the fact that
Silnan-
Taxi just drank a lot of coffee.
Sylvan is so fucking confused, and so am I.
That was Taxi's rat signaling.
Sylvan is just.
That's Taxi's rat plan.
At this point, you see the male, the vampire. He tilts his head back as he's taking a drink from this stone goblet, and as he finishes it off, he looks to one of his thralls and goes, "Fetch me some more, please." And then he starts to get up out of the bath. He starts to stand up.
No, this sucks.
All right.
We gotta hit him while he's naked, bro.
I'm gonna look over. I'm gonna look over to Br'aad and say, "If we take her out, can you look like her and go in with him?"
What?
Yes, Mountain.
I'm right there.
Okay.
Brilliant
I'm
strategy.
right there with you.
All right. I'm gonna wait and see where they're going, like where they're heading when they get out.
Well,
of
just the one woman takes the goblin. She walks out of the room. Then the vampire, he gets up.
Narwhal, Jared, I want to hide under the coffin pillow.
Under the coffin's pillow. Okay.
Yeah.
He gets up and he starts walking towards the coffin.
Why would you do
He
that?
walks over. He
Maybe he wants
puts
to nap.
he puts back on a robe he donned. He ties the waist of it, and then he starts getting ready to rest in the coffin. He starts stretching before he lays down. And then the two other women then leave the room as well.
So there's multiple rooms in this layer.
You would assume so as they're leaving this one.
Okay.
And then
I'm gonna step out of the hole.
Is he
gonna step
still
out of the hole before
in
he
the
rests?
room or
Yes,
what?
he's still in the room.
Okay.
No, after he rests, after he does.
Yeah,
that,
he hasn't gotten in yet. He's just standing there. He stretches for a moment and then he lays down in the coffin.
I will avoid his head under the pillow.
Make a stealth check for me as a rat.
This is fucking nonsense, dude.
with your rat stealth.
What a great plan we had, boys.
I'm gonna turn into a rat and hide in his bed.
I don't even know what.
So hear me out. For
Taxi's
this
plan is.
tactic, I'm
I don't
gonna
know
turn
what he's
into a
going
rat and I'm gonna hide under his pillow while he sleeps.
16.
What is the idea
Bro,
here?
the idea is to give him the plague. Fuck it.
Give him black plague.
Maybe you can like unrat form and stab him in the heart with a
Bro, we'll see
stake.
how this goes. I'm gonna let everyone do everything as long as I'm
He
hidden.
lays
I'm
down. He
chilling.
lays his head against the pillow. You just get out of the way before, as you feel the pressure of his head lay down, and then the coffin top of it slams shut.
He's sweating, bro.
You're just trapped in there with him, dude. Good luck.
This was not the plan.
Well,
His rat balls retreat into his body.
all right. So what's the plan now, Mountain?
Yeah, I'm gonna step out.
Well, hang on. Are the women still there? Or
They
no?
all left the room. The door to the room is still open though.
Oh, okay.
But
Someone's gonna
walked
come out of
out.
rat form stealthily.
Okay, roll stealth check as you come out of it with Stonen's stealth.
27.
27, very good. Okay, what's everybody else doing?
I approach the hole and like,
Can I?
Taxi's in the coffin.
What?
Yeah, he just climbed in the. I don't know what he was doing.
You mean the coffin where the vampires are?
He's
right
in
now?
the camp. He's a rat in the coffin.
Okay.
With
Oh my god.
vampire. I don't know what he was thinking. This is really.
Okay. Well,
Does anybody have like a?
I'm a rat. I don't have intelligence.
listen, Soman. If you can find a or something, it's just.
Do we have a steak? Do we have a steak?
I think Taxi had the fucking steak. I don't know.
God, fucking taxi.
Can you get like a vantage point somewhere you can hide? And if anything goes wrong, you can
Sylvan,
just
I have
do that
7
sneaky
more.
attack
I
thing.
have 7 more steaks right here. Here's one.
You don't
Just a
have.
steak, like an actual steak, like the food steak.
No.
I want to assume that's why he has the garlic. It's for garnish for the steak.
Yes, Br'aad has frozen cuts of steak.
Here, you'll have to eat
Chef
it up.
Beardman.
You're welcome.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So, what's everybody
Mountain,
doing?
are you hungry too?
Give me please. I'm starving. Can we not talk about steaks right now and garlic? I'm so hungry.
Here, Jared, I have just the thing for
Please
you.
stop. I'm so hungry.
You guys should get out of the hole right now. Nobody else is around. What's the layout? Is there anything I could
Well,
hide
first of all,
behind?
this room is not exceptionally large. We're saying that now.
Like-
This room is about, let me say, about 30 feet wide and about 40 feet long to the door. So it's a decently large sized room, but it's going to be difficult to stealth out of here, even though he is resting. People are going to have to attempt to stealth out of the hole and get out of here without awakening the vampire.
Is there anything made of wood?
In the room, no, it's all made out of solid stone. The ground is this granite-like tile. It's a very, it looks almost like an old Gothic church in here, with
Of course it is.
with the stone brick walls, the core on the bottoms of the wall where the printing is. You can see off to the door. You can see more of these stone-like pillars as well. Like there's not a lot of things that are wooden in here. You can tell for
I have
obvious
2 short
choice.
bows. I have 2 short bows. I'm gonna make one a steak.
You make a survival check.
Okay.
Are you gonna do it right here in the room?
16. Well, does my 27 stealth go towards this?
It will, but there's only so much stuff that goes into whittling.
That's true. Which way did the?
It seems like a hallway outside the door. Like this door is on the side of a hallway, so the hallway goes left and right out of the door. So you can't purely. You saw 2 of the women went to the left and 1 went to the right. The one with the goblet went off to the right, but you can't see what's in those directions without exiting the room.
Well, I'm gonna peek towards the right first, with my short bow out, ready to whittle.
You move up to the door, ready to whittle, like an arrow cocked in it. You have like a knife out, ready to whittle it. You peek out to the right, and you can see the hallway goes off for a while with several sets of doors in between until it elbows left, off in the distance, probably about another 20-25 feet down.
Okay. What's the closest door? How far?
Closest door is going to be about 15 feet from you.
Okay, I peek in that one. I go over there and peek in.
Okay, you move up. The door's quite heavy, and it just has a singular knocker as the knob. You pick it up and you pull it forward, leaning in. This room, you can see there's several beds, very simple wooden beds with like these basic cotton sheets, and there are some people in here resting. As you pull it open, you see a lot of them. In fact, all of them seem to be female, wearing very dark garments, dresses. They're all just laying in the beds asleep, not really moving that much.
You know what? There's a big thick door between me and the people, right? It's a thick door.
It's a very thick door. In fact, like just pushing it forward enough to crack it open to peek in here. It was heavy. You had to open very slowly so it wouldn't make any noise. You had to be very cautious with it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna whittle away at this bow by this door. Whatever.
Okay. You start working on the bow then?
I rolled a 16 plus 7, so 23.
You have a plus 7 to survival?
Yeah, dude, I'm a
Silnin's
scout.
nuts. Silnin's Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
Yeah, no, you
yeah,
take
baby.
the edge where you can't do anything about the curvature of the actual bow. You untie the string so it's just a curved piece of wood, and you take one of the ends and you whittle it down into a pierce. Wielding it is still going to be difficult as it's just a weirdly curved piece of wood, but you can tell you can still pierce with it, with this end of it.
Okay.
If you try.
I go back to Mountain at the hole. Okay, Mountain, I've turned my short bow into a stake. Now here's
Why did you do that?
It's resting. We can stab it in the heart.
Yeah, but didn't you say taxi's in there?
Yeah, but I don't think.
Fucking stab taxi.
Well, that's his fault.
I don't. What? Okay. Hear me out.
Listen.
I think we just. I don't know how to kill it. Do we just run up and kill it?
Yeah, I need your help for this because the coffin's probably heavy to lift, and I need to focus on stabbing it.
Can we say that Br'aad and Velrisa are out of the hole or no?
No, and everybody's Mountain's
hole,
in front. For you guys to get out of the hole, Mountain has to get out of the hole. Mountain's still in the hole.
Oh, he's still in the hole? Okay.
Yeah.
I have left the hole.
You got out?
Ready?
Yeah, I said that like twice.
Okay, well you go ahead, then you're out of the hole, so everybody gets out of the hole then, yeah.
Everyone's out of the hole.
So listen, Mountain, I'm gonna need you to open the coffin, and I am going to stab it in the heart with this short bow that I fashioned into a stake.
Well, that's all well and good, but don't you think that maybe we should do something about the other vampires?
What about its thralls?
This is the one we're out of.
That's what I mean.
Listen, they're asleep. There's a lot of them. I think we're better off just going after. This guy's the head honcho, I think, right?
How do we make sure?
yeah.
How do we make sure not to alert them?
That's why I want to stab this guy in the heart with a wooden bow that I have fashioned into a stake.
I feel like you're also starting to talk like me.
I am.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate it. I spent a lot of time on this character.
You're right. I'm so sorry about that.
I wrote a whole backstory and everything.
Anyways,
So you're kind of undermining the thing I've got going on here.
Give this a stab, Mountain.
I get it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, we're gonna stab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh God.
Okay, so what's happening?
Br'aad, can you maybe like stand back just a little bit, and if something goes bad, do something. I don't know, just whatever fucking comes to your mind.
I have a question, Jared. The door everyone walked out of, is that is it just like a doorway? Is there a door there? What's the
set
deal?
of double doors that are wide open.
Okay. I would like to. Is there anything in this room we can use to barricade it?
I'm just curious. Is this coffin big enough right now to fit
No.
2 people?
No. It's
Okay,
very much shaped for this person's body.
What are the doors made out of?
This helps.
The
this
doors
helps.
are made out of metal. It seems to be. It's hard to tell what metal as it's been painted over, and the paint itself has corroded with such time that it's left stains on the metal. But you would guess probably some sort of wrought iron.
Interesting. How big are the doors?
Quite large. The doors themselves being probably about a little over 6 foot in height.
Okay.
These very large, sort of like they circulate at the top. They're like rounded, like very large chamber doors.
I want to cast. Let's see. Is this gonna work? All right. I'll cast major image to make the doors disappear, to make it just look like it's a stone fucking wall.
Okay. Major image.
Yeah.
If you're going to cast that, I'm going to need you to make a stealth check as well beforehand. Just stealthily cast it as it's vocal.
Oh, you're right. Hang on.
While we're waiting, because he's in the coffin, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. I have this thing called Know Your Enemy. So if I spend 1 minute observing,
you can't
observing him out
you
of
can't
combat.
see him. He's in the coffin. The coffin is shut. If you were to open the coffin and observe him, that
I don't think I can open up his fucking coffin without him waking up and stabbing
Jared,
me
I
with his
got a
fucking teeth.
19 on the stealth.
okay, you're fine. You cast major image. You make the wall look like it is solid stone. Like basically,
Great.
you just take the pattern of the stone brick and you make it continue.
Yeah,
so
just make it look like
just
there's
looks like
nothing there.
basic wall. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, can I hear them outside of the coffin?
Very lightly. You can just make out like the muffling of their voices occasionally, but they're trying to be as quiet as possible. So you can just make out the fact they're still there. They are there somewhere. But you
That
can't hear
means
what
he
they're
can
saying.
do that. Doesn't it?
Whatever. We're going for it anyway. This is the plan.
Okay, Mountain, are you ready?
We sneakily walk up to the coffin.
And Mountain rolls a stealth check.
Mountain fucks
Mountain
it
and
up.
his fucking armor. Great.
But I couldn't hear their plan. Is what I'm
No,
saying.
you couldn't hear what they were saying. You just very, very faintly hear them speaking, like a little bit. It was very muffled. The coffin itself is very
I
thick.
hate myself. I hate myself so
What would
much.
that be?
I
What would
hate a lot of things about me. That's a 10. That's a 10. It's 10.
What kind of armor is Mountain wearing again?
Oh fuck.
I think he's in heavy, isn't he?
No, it's
Chain's heavy, I do believe.
No.
You're wearing chain. You're in heavy. Yeah, you are in heavy.
Is it?
So you
Hold
have
on.
you have disadvantage on stealth checks.
No.
I do. Fuck yourself.
You have disadvantage
Fuck
on
yourself.
stealth checks, Mountain.
Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. I rolled worse that time.
Nice.
It is an 8.
Well, 10 was enough to fail anyway. But I was pretty sure you're wearing heavy. So
Okay, wait.
as
I
soon
noticed that he fucks up really bad too, right?
What happens first? We have to fuck up first. So you
Okay,
you
that's
guys
fair.
both start approaching the coffin. As Mountain, as soon as you step forward, you put a little bit too much weight. It's natural for you. You're a heavy set man. As you put too much weight in your foot and you step forward, the chain of your armor, it pulls out and then it slams once again against the plate, and you hear the and it echoes.
yeah.
It echoes to the chamber.
So it's like go.
As soon as you go, sorry, the coffin itself starts to open very slowly, and then you both start running towards it at immense speeds.
I want to do like a
my
jumping
sword.
stab towards Lazar. I'm just gonna blindly do it. I'm sorry if I hit
Okay,
that.
make a melee attack with disadvantage.
Why would you say blindly? Why would you?
Because
Why would
that's
you even say that?
exactly what it
Because
is.
it is what he's
It's
doing.
Totally blind.
I mean, I'm a very
So
small
for
rat in
Silnan,
the
plus the hit for
corner
this
of the
will be.
town.
Hold on, we'll check with you. Make sure we do
Yeah,
it.
what's
It
the
would be
plus?
You'd
very
have to
hard
hit like
to
you'd have to hit like a
accidentally hit me.
natural one to stake the rat.
For Silnan,
Yeah, that's true.
because you're not proficient with this, so it's gonna be a +4 to hit, I do believe.
Well, I have Tavern Brawler.
You have Tavern Brawl, so
So-
you're proficient with improvised weapons.
Yes.
Let me double check. Make sure you have.
That's like the only reason I took Tavern Brawler was the improvised weapons thing.
Okay, so then you'd have a +8 to hit.
Plus 8 to hit. Well, I got a 9 plus 8.
So,
So
17. Roll a d4 and add
D4.
5 to your d4 roll.
That is a 2 plus 5. So 7.
So 7. You feel yourself stab into The vampire.
rat.
A rat. No. As it opens up, you immediately go straight for his body mass, go straight for where the heart would be, and you stab in. And it's quiet. And then he starts
I'm
to
assuming
sit
I'm like-
up.
The curse has been lifted. Oh
He
shit.
puts his hand firmly on your wrist and he sits up, just like WWE Undertaker style. I mean, he just sits up
Oh my
the same
God.
exact way,
Why did we do
holding
this?
on to the bow that's now stabbed through his chest. And he's just making direct
Like he's
eye
holding onto
contact.
my wrist, right?
Hold on, sorry, no, not your wrist. He's holding onto the bow part, like right where it's into his heart.
Oh, okay.
He's just holding onto that as he sits up
Oh,
and is
okay,
making
okay.
eye contact with you.
Elias Towerfall, I presume.
Who's found
Pleasure-
a way
pleasure
into
to-
my home?
I come out of my rat form
You appear behind him in the coffin.
and I stab him
With what?
from behind
With the quarterstaff?
with the quarterstaff stake.
Roll to hit.
With the quarter
Roll to hit basic quarterstaff to like plus to hit for taxi.
This is fucking ridiculous.
I throw a stake at him.
26.
26 hits. Roll a d4. And
Was it seasoned or no?
Yes.
for taxi,
Is it still
for the
at
extra-
5?
for the extra
no, for
damage.
taxi it is. Let me check what your thing is. For you it is going to be +5 actually for you as well.
Cool.
9.
9 damage. Okay, hold
I
on.
wish I would have imbued it with magical properties, but I forgot to do that. It also is an action.
We now
No,
have
it's a bonus
stab in
action.
the front end and the back.
Okay.
Surprise bonus action. I
So
also
you stab into his back with that. He only flinches, like he winches slightly. He winces, not winches. He winces slightly as it goes into his back, but he doesn't seem to
I
take
go for
much
a high
mind from the
five on
pain.
Silnan.
Yeah, I high five him. Good job.
At this point,
All right,
you hear a
fuck
sound almost like an exasperated voice. You hear a, and then his body turns into smoke.
I hate that.
Oh,
And
god
then
damn it.
it moves around the air. It moves around the air almost like it's being pushed by heavy winds, and then reforms his body standing in the pool in the center. And as it
Are the
reforms
stakes still
himself,
in them?
he's no longer in the robe, but you see this armor, this gray stone-like armor, covered in these long needle-like spikes around the wrist guard, the elbow guards, and near the front of the plate of it. You see it, and there's these red
Those
sort
stakes.
of rubies that move around the sides of the shoulders as well.
So the stakes didn't work.
He was not a
No, he's not dead yet.
He wasn't resting.
he was not
so it
resting
doesn't-
technically when they went through him. The damage went through though. You did indeed hurt him.
But it didn't paralyze
He
him.
did not get paralyzed. I need everybody at this point before we continue to roll initiative.
Huh. Natural 20. 25 for me.
Hold on that thought. Give me a second. I gotta roll other things first.
Yes, like the thralls and the bats and the rats and the wolves.
I put a big wall there. Hopefully that helps a little.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, so Stonen got 25. Anybody else above 20?
I got a 20.
Okay. Anything above a 15?
I got A15.
A 15?
Mountain 15. I'm at
15 as well? Okay, give me 1 second.
Well, damn, this sucks. My plan. It was all for nothing.
What was your plan?
That was my plan.
Oh, okay.
Double
I guess that
stab.
worked.
Duh.
I don't.
I tried to convey
okay.
that in rat form.
You
I got in the
didn't do that
coffin,
well.
and then you would stab him.
Okay,
And the
We're
mountain
about
would
to
come
fight
out.
a
Velrisa,
vampire.
what did you get?
13.
13. Okay. So up first will be Stonen, but first, before that happens, as I said, he's standing there wearing this gray armor, standing in the center of the bath, wearing a long red cloak behind it as well. He kind of just, his eyes now form. He realizes how many people are in the room as he counts all the heads. He goes, oh.
Everybody's at the hole at this
Somebody
point.
ratted you out.
No, wait, don't say that.
I didn't know I'd be expecting so many guests. Forgive me for sleeping.
Can I still be
I've
sitting
heard
in the
you have
coffin?
a really good hospitality. I mean, how's the wine here?
Stonen, it's your turn first as you say that. What do you do?
Anyway, I'm gonna stab you now. I stab him with rapier.
Okay, go for it.
I go to
Roll
stab
to
him with. That was a 16 plus 8.
That hits.
Plus 8.
That 100% hits.
That is a 6 plus 5.
6 plus 5.
Yes.
So that is 11.
11.
With a rapier, you said, right?
With a rapier, yes.
As you run up and you stab, you see an easy part right underneath where the breastplate is of his armor. You see where, as it moves down into his sternum, you can see parts of the armor where there's an easy sort of opening for a thin blade like a rapier. So you move up and go for the stab. You feel yourself pierce the skin and push in. But as you do, you feel like the damage is not enough. His body doesn't feel impacted. As you stab into it, he doesn't wince or seem to care about the pain at all. He just seems to smile at you as you approach.
Very cool. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to back up a bit now.
Can you pull it back out?
Do I? 1 second. Is that bonus action?
No, just to pull the weapon back out. No, that's part of the attack. That's just that was me saying that you back up. Like, okay, I'm pulling the fucking sword
I back out. I'm still within 5 feet though.
Yeah, so you don't get the attack of opportunity.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could just disengage, but whatever. Who needs this game? I ain't running.
So, anything else you want to do then?
I think that's all.
All right. After Sonan's turn, up next will be Br'aad.
Is his armor made out of stone, or what is it?
It looks. It's not made out of stone. It's made out of. We don't know what it's made out of, but it has the same color. It's a gray. It's like a stone gray, but it's not. It doesn't seem to be made out of stone. It just has that color to it, like that.
Yeah. I want to cast heat metal on it.
So that's a touch spell, correct? For heat metal? I don't remember.
No, it is not.
What's the range on heat metal? Is it 60 feet?
60 feet.
You point at his armor and cast heat metal, but it seems to have no effect. The armor doesn't seem to be made out of metal.
Fuck you! All right. I'm gonna stab him with my. Well, wait, no. Hang on. I'm going to bardic inspiration, Silman.
Okay. You gonna sing him a little song? You want to sing a song as Br'aad right now with your voice?
I'm gonna go.
Okay, bardic inspiration.
I like that.
That's a D6 right now for Br'aad, right? D6.
He gets a whole D8.
D8, baby. D8. All right, D8 of inspiration to Silman.
So for an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, you get a whole D8. So mark that down, Condi.
Is that for like the actual roll, the damage roll? I forget. It's for the
that could be. No, it's for the attack roll. It's not for the damage.
No, only certain bards can do that. I believe they're bards of valor.
I will use it widely. I don't know what exactly Br'aad did, but
anyway, that's my turn.
All right, up next. As you pull the blade back out, Sonnen, the vampire just looks at you smiling. As I said, he has gray hair, kind of a little bit ratty, kind of like very thin hair, just falls in strands down the sides of his face and sides of his head. He looks at you smiling. You can see all the scars moving down his face. You can see his left eye is missing, just leaving this sort of black-like hole where it used to be. Just this bored out hole of flesh. He steps up to you. After you, once again, seeming to take no pain from the blade, he very, very politely steps up to you and gives a little bow and just says, "Well, it will be a pleasure to have combat once again." And then he goes just for an elbow with his right arm towards your head. Which
okay,
that hits.
That hits. Okay.
That's it's a 26.
Oh wow, yeah.
That was a very high roll. I was like, that hits. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as the elbow comes against the side of your head, leaving tinnitus in that side of your ears. You just feel the concussive blast of it. You can tell he's very strong as soon as it hits.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure fighting you.
As the ringing continues in your ear and your hand comes up to hold your head and your eyes open once more after wincing, you just see one fist coming straight towards your face as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The inner dialogue.
That one also hits. That one's a 25. That's only one less than the last roll to hit. Oh, much better than the last one. That's 5 points of bludgeoning.
Mountain, the reward better be worthless.
As he pulls the fist back, he just smiles and goes, the feistier, the better the blood tastes. And then he lunges forward, going for a bite towards Stonen's throat.
Can he do a bite too? That's crazy.
He can indeed.
Stonen's gonna be possessed by a demon and become a vampire.
Dude, I'm gonna be a vampire. I'm gonna have 2 demons. I'm gonna have
this
a goddess.
Be a 12 to hit, so I think the bite actually.
Can you please bite him back?
Yeah, can I bite him back?
So as he goes for a bite, you quickly dodge out of the way. You just take both your hands, you put them towards his chest and push him back. Push using that same propulsion to pull yourself back a bit as well, knocking him away. He seems a little bit peeved at that, but he ends his turn.
Vampire.
And he ends his turn still staring straight towards Sonnen. And up next will be Taxi and Mountain.
Am I still like laying down in the coffin or like sitting on it?
You're in the coffin standing. You're basically standing on the coffin.
I can see why you sleep in here. It's pretty comfy.
We're all just making casual conversation with him.
Welcome to vampires. They have high charisma.
You go first.
He's so polite to talk to. He's such a nice guy.
I want to kill
just
you,
feel
but
like
also you're really
complimenting
nice.
his
I'm sure we'd be friends if you weren't a vampire.
I look at Mountain. Would you like to do? Would you give the attempt first? I feel kind of I just stabbed him, and it didn't work.
Okay,
So maybe
okay,
you
step
should-
back. Just, yes, okay.
I will pull out Flame Tongue. I will light it up all fiery and stuff. And I will try and hit him with a goading attack, which has a wisdom save DC of 16.
Okay, first you have to hit though.
If
You
I
have to
hit
hit
anyway.
first.
Yeah, if
Go
I
ahead
hit.
and roll to
if I
hit.
So, oh fuck.
Oh fuck.
It was only a 15.
15 misses. As you run up and go
Okay,
for
try it
the first stab, he easily just dodged out of the way. Almost like his body doesn't move. It's almost like he glitches. Like his body just changes position really quick and moves back with almost seemingly no motion from the first strike.
What the fuck? That's very weird. All right, I'll go for another
All right,
goading
go ahead and
attack.
roll to hit.
Fuck. It's the same roll.
This time, as you go and stab forward, and his body just seemingly moves its location for a second. As it comes back to where it was, as your sword pulls back, this time he's turned and he's facing towards you, smiling as he comes back to position.
I don't like this. Okay, somebody else do something.
Dex, you want to give it a
I'm
try now?
scared.
That was sad.
You do better.
Okay. Have I been watching him just wisp around?
I mean, yeah, it's more just it's just flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, is he actually teleporting away?
It's more it's more like his body is slightly teleporting. He's not teleporting far. He's teleporting like a few inches away from the blade and back to where he was.
Okay.
It's like a little jump.
combatant, a master of martial arts, am I seeing that if someone were to grab him, he could escape pretty easily? Or is that just
the
not
first
it?
time he turned into smoke as you both were stabbing into him with stakes. So you would assume he does have a way to easily escape, since he turned his body into like a smoke-like substance.
All right. Well, I'll save that for another day. Instead, I will conjure animals and make 4 giant wasps, and there are 4 of them.
4 giant wasps. What's their HP?
And instead of wasps, they are now bees.
And they come out of Taxi's mouth.
Yes.
Come
No,
out
wait,
of
can they come out of my
Br'aad's
mouth,
They come out
please?
of
Can
Br'aad's mouth.
Yes.
What are
Their
their
HP
HPs?
is 13.
13. Okay.
It's by challenge reading.
Yeah. All right. So you spawn 4 giant wasps.
They come.
They will go
And
right
that
after
is-
your turn.
The prophecy is fulfilled.
That one's for you, Mr. Hunter Vampire Man.
Yeah, I'm back. It's Beardman Hunt Guy.
Oh god.
Oh, you gave him a name,
His name's been that, dude.
but I didn't know
So,
that.
does that
And
end
then
Taxi?
that's my action, and then my bonus action, I will make the stake staff become shillelagh.
Okay.
And it will now be magic.
Epic.
Watch this.
And then that will end your turn. And before the giant wasps, actually, the vampire's going to take a legendary action.
All right, that sucks. Why'd you do that?
Can I do that too?
No. Mountain, as he
This game
turns to look at
doesn't-
you
this
like
game doesn't
that,
seem very fair.
as he's smiling still looking at you after your 2 missed attacks, he just goes, "A dwarf. I haven't seen your kind in ages. Ever since we drove you back to where you belong." And then he lunges forward and goes for a bite attack.
What kind of attack would that be?
It's a
considered?
melee. It's a melee attack.
Okay.
So a bite is technically a melee weapon attack, just like an unarmed strike is. So that will be a 20 to hit, not natural.
Yep. Here she goes.
Mountain a vampire now.
But
Mountain, a vampire?
More likely than you think.
I do have.
You take 3.
What kind of? I have advantage against poison. I don't know if there's some
No
kind of poison involved.
You
in
take
just-
7 points of piercing damage, along with
Okie doke.
13 points of necrotic damage.
Ouch.
So 7
yucky
piercing,
damage.
what was it, 14? Did I say 13 or 14?
13.
13 necrotic, and then 7 points of piercing.
You just took 20% of my health. That's great, guys. That's
Don't get
fantastic.
And
Well-
that
Yeah,
13, your max HP now goes down by 13.
I don't.
So whatever your max hit points were before,
like
they're now
you.
down by 13.
I'm pretty sure you get that back later. I think.
Yeah, and that's as he sinks his teeth right. You feel them hit a vein right near the front of your neck, And as he pierces down, you feel your entire body tense up. It feels like something's rotting the muscles of your body, like it's burning into them. And as he pulls back out, you can see your blood dripping down the side of your neck. And he...
That's just gross.
So he sucks your blood. That's gross.
I haven't tasted dwarven blood in so long. The feeling's dizzying. And that is where the legendary action ends. So, giant wasps, 4 of them.
Yes, all 4 of them will go to sting his ass.
All right.
Yeah. Sting his ass. That's a strange
Yeah.
place.
Can
but,
one of them just like
you're-
bite him for some reason?
They don't have that attack.
Damn it.
I know, it sucks.
They just fucking bite him.
So, the first one is 21 to hit.
21 hits.
And he needs to make a con save.
Con save. Okay.
He'll have to make 4 of them.
Against what? Like, is it to be poisoned?
It is poison damage.
Okay, is it a con save to do poison damage or to poison him?
It's poison damage, on a failed
okay,
save.
got you. That's fine. Because if it's to poison him, he's immune. But if it's just doing poison damage, he's not immune.
Okay.
First one's con save is going to be a 16.
Okay, he passes. But the next wasp is a natural 20.
That definitely hits. I'll make another con save. That one is going to fail because that is a 7, unless a 7 passes.
Okay. So the first sting, it did hit, right?
It did hit, yes.
Yeah. So he took 4 damage from the first
What
sting.
kind of damage?
Piercing.
Okay, he resists.
Yeah. Okay. And then so I need to roll poison damage. 3d6. Wait, is the poison damage crit? Or is it just the hit damage?
Well, you still need to roll the first one. The first one didn't crit. The second one did, right? Oh no! The first
Yeah,
one. The
I already
first one
rolled the
succeeded.
first one.
My
I'm
bad.
rolling the
The first
second
one
one
you succeeded the con. So the second one, you will also roll. Well, let me read. It's a giant wasp, right? Just to double check. I'm almost
Yes.
positive you also roll those as double. But let me double check. It depends on how the weapon or how the action is phrased. Okay, no, yeah, you also double that because it's a crit.
Okay.
It's a part of the same attack.
11, 12, 13 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then poison. 24 poison damage.
24 poison damage.
Okay.
God damn.
Third hornet. I mean,
Third.
wasp.
Yeah, third wasp. Yep.
That, yeah, 21 again.
21 hits. Make another con save. That one passes. That is a
Okay.
21
so just
to
4
save.
piercing, four piercing damage on that one. Next one is another natural 20.
Jesus.
Dude, your fucking
Bro, what?
bees are
All
carrying.
right. Another con save. That's a natural
Save the
20 to
bees,
save,
kill
so
the
that one also
vampire.
passes.
Okay. Well, 8 piercing damage. I believe that was 4 bees.
Yes, that was all 4 of them. That was the bees. All right. So they all swarm over and they start stinging parts of his body as he's pulling back from biting Mountain. He immediately starts waving through the air, trying to push them off as they're coming in and just going for these stings, swarming around
Go,
him.
my children!
Okay, well that will end their turns. So up next will be Velrisa.
How far away am I located from this man?
This man, you're only about... He's center of the room. You were still near the hole, right?
Yeah, I haven't moved.
So you're going to be like 10 feet away from him at most, like 10, 20 feet. So yeah, it's like 15 feet. We'll say 15 feet.
Well, I want to step closer to, maybe like 5 feet.
Okay, so
And
now you're 10 feet away.
I want to cast Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. All right. Is that a save?
Yeah, dexterity save.
Dexterity save. That will be a 20, not natural, for the save.
He definitely passes.
He has very high dexterity save.
Yeah.
He has a pretty high dex. Is there anything that you still do if he succeeds? Is there half damage for Sacred Flame or not?
I don't believe so.
If so, then the spell just fizzles out.
Yeah, okay, no, that's it.
You go to cast it, and as you do, just completely misses as he dodges out of the way.
Okay, cool.
Surprisingly, it doesn't hit any of the bees.
But I want to stand very intimidatingly
close to him. Yeah, which you definitely should because. Oh boy. Anyway, will that end Velrisa's turn?
That will do it. Yeah.
Okay. At the end of Velrisa's turn, he's taking a second legendary action to do an unarmed strike against one of the wasps.
He punches the wasp.
He's swatting at them as they're swarming him.
That's fair.
He's swatting at them. That is a 22 to hit the wasp.
Okay. Well, the other 3 fly high above him. All the way to the ceiling, so he cannot reach.
That's not how that works. That's not their turn.
Yeah, it is. But they had movement.
But you didn't say you moved them on their turn.
Okay, you're just saying that because you want to punch them to death.
He can literally attack once on the legendary action first of all.
Whatever,
Anyway,
dude. Okay.
hitting
Oh my
it.
god, Grizzly.
Why is he
your
not?
bees,
He's
bro.
gonna smack the bees. They're swarming him. What the fuck? He's not smacking Mountain anymore. You happy about
Punish
that?
him. The bees are going extinct.
That's 10
They're
bludgeoning.
wasps.
That's 10 bludgeoning against the wasps, so it's fine. Yeah, they're wasps. They're fucking assholes. Wasps do
Yeah,
nothing to
fuck wasps.
society.
We reskinned them to be bees. That's what was happening for flavor.
They're big, cute. They're big, cute fucking.
Well, then their
little
stings-
boys.
they-
I got all this.
fuzzy ass
Stung him.
bees.
They
dude.
stung him. They're dead now.
Yeah, if they're
You
bees,
could
they're
have
dead.
told them to.
If they're bees, they're dead because they stung him and then they lost their
Make
stinger
it
and
no,
died.
No, they're D&D bees.
They're
It's
D&D
different.
They're
They're B&Bs.
No.
Airbnb.
B&Bs. Anyway, so he does 10 damage to one, knocking it down to 3 health. That's
Okay.
that legendary action. Back to top of the round, it is
That's
Sonnen.
fucked up. Fucked up,
Really
bro.
buzzes my bees.
Okay, well, Sylvan at least notices that the rapier didn't do shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then it makes sense that I pull out daggers instead. I throw away the rapier. This thing's useless,
Yeah,
man.
fuck this thing.
Fuck this thing. I pull out both my return daggers.
Okay.
And does that take an action or anything to do that? I forget.
I'm gonna say it takes your interaction action just to make it easy on us.
Okay, cool.
Which is an item interaction sort of bonus reaction
Very cool,
you have,
yeah.
so don't worry about it.
Okay, so then yeah, I'm gonna go for 2 stabs. With the daggers, I'm gonna stab with both of them individually.
Okay, go ahead. You will get sneak attack on this, I think. Without you don't have advantage, but you get sneak attack because
Yeah, no, I get
of how close.
because of flank. Yeah,
Because of not because of flanking, because of bees being close, so you get the bonus sneak attack.
Okay, well, I rolled twice. So first one was a natural 20. So that's cool. The second was a natural 1.
Okay, so one attack hits and the other attack doesn't.
Yeah.
We'll say
It's
that.
the arm possessed by the demon that misses.
Or the one that hits. Or that's the one that hits.
Who knows?
Okay, but yeah, so
okay,
yeah,
so-
you crit, and then the second dagger just as you stab, it's kind of hard to even see because the wasps are giant and they're kind of everywhere. So swarming around, it obscures your vision, and you miss the second attack. But
Okay, but first of all, let's get the.
No, my fault. Get good, kid.
he critted on sneak attack. He's gonna fucking do so much damage right now.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot. So that's a 3 plus 5, so 8 times 2 is 16 for the actual damage. Now sneak attack damage. So 16. Do I roll 8 times?
You can, or you can just roll. It's 46, right?
Yeah.
You can either choose to roll double dice, or instead you roll 4d6 and then just do times 2. But whichever one you select, that's
I'm
how
gonna
you do
roll
your
8.
crits. That's just how you do your crits from now on as that
Okay,
character.
God, I always forget though, but every time. But whatever. So that's 5 plus 6, 11. That's 4 rolls at 15, 19, 24, 28, 31. 31 plus 16 is 47.
47 points of damage.
Math. Yes. And then the other one just misses.
Yeah,
Very
the one just
cool.
misses. That's a fat. Hold on, 47. Okay.
Yeah, 47. Rogue crits.
Okay. Yeah, that does a lot of damage. You move up, and as you stab that in, you actually get him right where the stake, where your first stake went in. You get right in that same hole and get deep into his heart with this one. He lets out a wail that, as it echoes through, you can hear bats start to move around the cavern above, somewhere off in the hallway. You can feel it shake the area around you as he screams out in pain. What else? Is that the end of Sonnen's turn, or do you do anything else?
Well, that's bonus action and action, so I think that's it.
Okay, so Br'aad up next.
All right. I'll hope this works on vampires, but I'm going to use Mantle of Majesty, which is going to let me cast Command on him as a bonus action.
Command's charming, right?
Hang on.
I mean, I'm not saying it's because he's immune to charming, but I'm just making sure that is what it is, so I can see that he is immune or not.
It is.
Would you believe command type of charming spell? Let me double check with it.
I mean, it's an enchantment. They don't like get charmed though.
He just speaks the words of command. And his soul must oblige.
Yeah, because some of these are called charms, some of them aren't for that exact reason. Because some don't count as charming. So I'm making sure it's not. It isn't. Okay, good. So it's a what kind of save? Wisdom save, right? What's your command word?
Sleep.
All right, wisdom save. That is a 14.
He fails.
He fails. So let me see.
Good night, sweet
Good
prince.
night. Sleep.
Can you even command a body to just fall into slumber?
Bye-bye.
Why not?
But you totally should be able to.
I think.
Oh wait, no, it has no effect. It has no effect on him.
No.
Okay.
He's undead.
Well,
command has no effect on undeads. On undead targets.
Fuck.
Vampires are undead.
He looks alive to
Vampires
me,
are an
dude.
undead creature. That is that is how that works.
well.
But then what heart did he stab into? Tell me that, huh?
The,
I mean,
the
doesn't it-
undead heart of a vampire. That's why he's still alive after he's been stabbed through the heart 3 times.
Another wasted turn.
I'm very sorry.
I am a fool. It's okay.
If this will help you as well, though, I will say he is not immune to charming. So you can use other charms related spells as well. But command will not work on him because he's undead.
All right, fuck it. I cast Charm Person on him and say, "Hey, big boy."
Okay, so charm is also a wisdom save, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Reroll.
Why do you? Okay, yeah.
Of course.
No, I know. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Well, that is a 18. 11 plus 7, 18.
All right, it failed.
Did it? Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
What's the DC? What?
I have 16 DC for everything.
I said 18.
You definitely didn't say 16.
I said 18.
Yeah, you got an 18.
What?
Charlie.
Sorry, the spell
Okay.
failed. Is what I meant to say.
Okay, I got you. You confused the fuck out of me.
Honestly, it's weird. I
This is
heard
so funny. That was such a good.
I heard that the spell failed, and then somehow my brain switched over to Charlie was the one wrong.
Yeah, no. I rolled and I was like, yeah, that's an 18. You went and failed. So I thought you meant his roll failed. And I was like, what?
No. Anyway,
All right,
that's my turn.
I got you. I'm so sorry.
Another turn well used by Vampire Hunter Br'aad.
Thank you. More spell slots gone and nothing to show
sorry.
for it.
This is
the way
D&D go with magic, and it sucks.
Thank God I got
This
a
is the
crit.
way.
Yeah, no, that crit. Oh my god. Okay, so that ends Br'aad's turn. So we are going down to top of the vampire's turn. He is going to make a melee attack once again on the wasp he hit the first time.
They flew up, bro.
Did they?
They didn't.
Yeah.
What?
I told
It's not
you.
their turn yet. It's
Oh
not
my
their turn
God.
yet.
You let
physically. That's
Don't
not.
kill my
It's just not how
bees.
D&D works.
You let me do it all the time.
Well, you better be glad he aimed for a B because that's a fucking 29 to hit.
I'm not glad they're my
That's
bees.
a nat 20. That is a nat 20 on a B with 3 HP. You better be happy he aimed for the B.
They're ethereal. His fist passed through.
The bee is dead. The wasp has died. I don't even need
This
to
is
roll
such
damage because there's no
bullshit,
way
dude.
he can do under 3 damage.
Grizzly.
Can we make it so it just fucking explodes?
Pretty. I mean, how much damage do we
You
actually
know
do?
Saitama against the fucking mosquito.
Let me roll a damage
lady?
and see how much damage we do. That's a total of. It's not actually that much. That's only 14, but that's more than its max HP. So yes, it fucking explodes.
It's a fake creature. It poofs into fucking smoke.
It explodes into blood and guts.
It explodes
how
into
that
awful
works,
blood and
bro.
gore. And it's everywhere, and it's all over the walls, and it's on Taxi, and it's in Taxi's eyes, and it's on Taxi's
Taxi
hands.
goes
No,
to a
it is
fit of
it is not a real creature. So as you punch it, it disappears. It explodes into funny fake colors to the air, and then
All right. Sure.
he will turn
Good for him.
and he will. He'll make another melee attack on a second wasp, as they are the only. I mean, because if he moves away from them. No wait, Sonnen, you're close enough. He'll melee attack Sonnen.
Sonnen, no.
Yeah.
attack
You want to
Sonnen.
see how my bee felt?
No. Dude, this man just had to go and get dressed, didn't he?
Yeah, why couldn't he be naked? This would be perfect.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you were
That's two
defending
nat
the
20s
fucking
in a row.
vampire, and this
That's
is what
two
happens.
nat 20s in a row. Holy shit.
One second.
Should have
Bro.
saved the bees, Connie.
I'm sorry, and I'm changing dice. The rainbow Die Hard die is going to the side because it just rolled two nat 20s in a row.
The vampire hit a nat 20?
twice in a row.
Oh shit, I missed the other one.
Watch, you're gonna hit one with your next dice
Sentinel
too.
at Death's Door.
No, oh, nice job. Okay, so it no longer crits. Very good.
Oh, very cool.
Is that
I don't
once a
know
day
what
or
that
twice a
means.
day? For you right now?
4 times a long rest.
4 times a. Oh, nice.
I thought
So,
it was,
basically,
yeah.
Sentinel at Death's Door is a Grave Cleric ability where if Velrisa can see
She
a
canceled that
creature
motherfucker.
within 30 feet.
and within 30 feet and it crits on an attack, she can change it to a normal attack. It's a
even
normal
Clear
hit.
bias towards silly compared to the bees.
Honestly, I just misheard. I didn't hear the nat 20. I
Yeah,
guess.
so that will make it
pissed,
where
dude.
you
Sorry
take
for the
8
bees, dog.
I'm pissed the
You
fuck
take
off right
8
now.
bludgeoning damage. Actually,
Okay.
no, he's gonna do this instead. Make a
Oh,
Oh wait, never mind. You don't make anything. You're grappled.
oh, really?
Yeah. So instead, what happens? For the hit, I was gonna grapple you anyway, but I misread. I thought that the thing said you can also choose to grapple, but it says instead of dealing damage, you can grapple target. So he won't deal any damage to
Uncanny
you.
dodge the fucking grapple.
No, the grapple just happens. You can escape next turn though if you'd like. You can attempt to escape on your next turn. But he goes for a punch and just appears behind you and goes for a headlock. Pretty much, just a single arm around your neck. He pulls you against his chest.
Okay.
Hot.
And that will
This
be
is hot and spicy.
Oh, this
Kiss
is
me.
hot. Oh, kiss me. And then he will end his turn there. And
God,
up
he has me
next
grappled and he has
will
his
be
legendary
Taxi
action.
and Mountain.
I take a knee for
Our
the
time
fallen
to
bee.
shine.
Take a knee for the fallen brother.
Yeah, I do.
That is how you use your turn against this massively
Of
fucking
course not.
hard thing to fight. Okay, so I go first
Hey, Jared.
this time.
Jared, can
Yes.
I cast the same spell twice in a row and it's stack?
What spell?
Can I have 4 more bees?
No, it's concentration, isn't it?
Can I concentrate twice as hard?
No, you can only have one concentration spell going at once.
What the fuck?
Can I concentrate on more bees?
So if you cast
I would
if you
like to
cast a concentration
concentrate only
spell
on bees.
while you already have one going, it ends your past concentration spell. It just
Think
cancels
about it
that.
though. You'll get your two. You'll
If
get your
he were-
two
if he were
bees
to
back.
dissipate-
Though. Think about it.
One
Yeah,
bee.
if
He
you
only
were
killed
to-
one bee.
Stop
No, it
concentrating
killed
and then
two. It's left two.
Oh.
Quick, let's do some
did?
bee math. You'll have net more
He used,
bees.
he used a legendary action for the first one, and then the second one was on his turn.
He didn't kill 2 bees.
No. The legendary action, he hit the same bee, but he didn't kill that bee on his first melee
Oh,
attack.
he didn't kill.
No.
Okay.
He didn't one shot the bee.
Or
no.
Grizz.
I thought it was just
You
one
could
shot.
put the
okay.
No.
you could put the bees.
Can I
you
hit
could,
it now, please?
Yeah, we're talking about bees too much,
could
guys.
put
I'm
the
so
bees-
Let
hungry.
Mountain do his
You can
turn.
put the
Stop doing
bees.
Mountain
Let
go.
me
Mountain goes
hit
ahead.
him. Okay, mountain stab with flamey
Okay.
sword. Here we go. Guys, gotta get some good luck on the
Let me
dice.
blow on them.
Thank you. Oh hey, 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Hey.
Yeah. 11 slashing.
11 slashing.
And 6 fire.
6 fire. Okay. You stab.
Okay.
You stab in, dealing the damage. You can tell as the flames rip up the armor and they start, sort of like licking across as they make the strike. You're dealing the damage. You're dealing true.
Hell yeah. Okay. Shocker here. I'm gonna go for something a little crazy.
Second attack.
Lunging attack.
All
Never
right.
done that. Never done that before.
What, dude?
Yeah, dude.
You're crazy.
I'm just feeling lucky today. Fuck!
What?
That's unlucky.
10 to hit.
10 to hit. That's a miss.
I'm take action surge. Fuck this guy.
Action surge. All right.
We're gonna. God, hold on. I gotta take away another superiority die. I've used so many and
Not
none
a
of them
lot
have
of not
fucking
a lot
worked.
of great rolls here today.
Okay, I'm switching dice. I'm going to my fucking.
I mean, if it makes you guys feel better, Nate did roll 2 natural 20s for
And
giant
you killed
wasps.
the bees.
Dude, listen. Can we just fucking quit and let the bees take our mantle?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. B Mountain, new character.
Let the bees do all the
Bee-
work. Let them bees do
Okay.
it.
Br'aad.
This is only plan A.
Don't even stop. Nate, shut up. No. Don't make that pun.
Going to do a goading attack again.
Okay.
Please work. For the love of
Jesus Christ, Mountain. Mountain needs
How
that
much?
bardic
10.
inspiration.
10 to hit.
10 to hit also
fucking
misses. Holy
10
fuck.
to fucking hit. One more time for all the. I quit the podcast. I quit the podcast. It's over. It's over. It's over.
All right,
10
so-
to hit.
Mountain's turn.
Your dice are
Mountain's
weighted.
turn. Mountain's turn
I
is
keep
over.
rolling 2s.
can we do some really fun flavor for that? Like Mountain just fucking.
I mean,
like, just
quite literally,
keeps
what happens
flipping
is
over.
he appears behind Stone and grabbing him, pulling him in to him. You come up behind and you slash against his back. The first strike goes in, but for the second two, as you go for stabs, he just easily moves his body out of the way over and over again, just almost dancing around Stone and using him like a body shield as you go for stabs.
I hate him. I hate this guy.
I'm gonna use my movement to get out of the coffin, and I'm gonna walk to Mountain.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my action and cast Cure Wounds on his bite mark. I think he got bitten, right?
He did get bit, yes.
Yeah, I'll cast Cure Wounds at level 2.
Thank you.
It doesn't give him the health back though.
No, it should heal though, right?
Can you cure my ego?
It can heal the
7 HP.
the 7 HP that he took,
Not the
but
necrotic.
the rest of it he can't take because it lowered his max HP that amount.
And that's like a long rest to get rid of.
You don't know.
What we've been told this before.
You've never fought a vampire before.
With a vampire, yeah. You don't know.
Okay.
Someone's
Well,
14
Mountain-
damage down though, you know.
Mountain, you get literally exactly 7. Oh wait, no, you get actually more than that, but you get it back. You're full ish. And I'll
you.
say, you can do this. All right, but I can't. And then I'll walk back and do patient defense. I'll spend a
Okay.
key point to get in patient defense, and I'll get behind Mountain.
All right, and then that will make it the Wasps up next.
Jesus Christ.
But before
All
the
right.
Wasps, legendary action, they goes to bite Silnan. Silnan, you are grappled. This gives
Oh,
him
I didn't even
advantage.
notice
Can I
that.
uncanny
My bad,
dodge to
Sylvan.
half the damage?
How does uncanny dodge
It
work?
doesn't
Is
say
is
anything
against-
about being unable to do it.
Let me check uncanny dodge, but yeah, you might be able to. You should be able to. I haven't played a rogue in a while. Let me double check uncanny dodge.
When an attack that you can see hits you, or attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, and use your reaction to have the attack damage against you.
Yeah, you should be able to. You should be able to do that, no problem.
Cool.
Yeah. So, well, your uncanny dodge, Effie hits you anyway. So let me roll the
okay.
advantage. So, I mean, he has to hit you first, and then you can uncanny dodge. But he has to make the attack and hit, which he does hit because that is a 23.
Yeah, that is.
So you half the damage. Let me do the damage first. The bite part, you take 6 points of piercing.
Is that halved already or no?
Not half yet. Not
Okay.
half yet. So 3 piercing, and then that's 13 necrotic. So we half that down to 7, and that means you also lose 7 max HP.
Okay, so I am down to 30, and then how do I change my max? Override max, I guess. 47.
And just take it down. Take it down by 7.
Cool. Okay.
All right, cool. And then that will end the legendary action, making it the Wasps, the 3 giant
3
wasps.
stings come for his ting.
His ting. Get him.
3 stings, man.
Sting him
on
on his
that
ting.
I hate you.
On that
I
thing.
hate you both. Just thought I'd let you know.
There was a whole ass NPC with that accent, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Where's my D20? Okay, here we go. First one, back. Second one, nope. First one, that doesn't hit. Second one, natural 20.
What the fuck are these bees?
Okay, so that hits.
The first one was a
Con
3,
save.
and the second one was a natural 20.
That is an 18.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I'm just kidding. He takes 5, 6, 7 damage. The third wasp, I mean B. Does 16 hit?
16 just hits.
Yes. Con save, con save.
Con save. That is a 17.
6 piercing damage. Okay, and Jared, they
Yes,
fly
sir?
away from him.
Okay, he'll get attacks of opportunity.
On
He'll
one
get
of them.
He'll get 1, I should say. He'll get 1 attack of opportunity.
Okay, well he can waste his fucking reaction for all I care. They fly
Okay. He will swing at 1.
towards me. They fly towards me.
I thought you were saying to swing towards you. He swings
get
at
in the
1
way
towards
of my
me.
bees.
No, hit me instead. That is a 16 to hit. That's a lower roll, but that should still hit a giant wasp, I think, right? 16.
Sure.
Check. You have the cheat.
Yes, it does,
Okay,
Jared.
thank you.
It's not hard to hit a wasp. I mean, a bee.
All right. I'm gonna be.
Scum.
Bee.
Low life.
That is 12 points.
He
of
lives. He runs
bludgeoning.
away.
He lives on 1 and gets away.
All right, and he's in the farthest back, and they're surrounding me now, and I look at them like they're my stand.
That's so beautiful. That's
Killer
so
bees.
beautiful.
All right. And
I'm
will
the
that
queen
end That will end the wasp's turn. So up next will be Vel.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go at him with the warhammer.
Okay.
That is a 20 non-natural.
That hits.
All right. Oh, that's a 1. Plus 2, 3.
3 to hit.
No, 3 damage.
Oh, 3 damage. I was like, wait, did we hit yet?
I rolled 20.
I was about to say, I was like, there's no way. Because you better not be messing with your +1 warhammer.
Oh yeah. I've done it before. We've seen how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah, a solid 3.
3 damage. Okay. All right. 3 damage. Cool.
All right, and then I will cast as a bonus action. I'll cast Healing Word on Mountain.
It's not. I don't.
Mountain's already healed.
It's still in that needs
Oh,
it.
yeah. Oh, okay. You cure
Sorry if you
someone.
missed that.
I remember you
Yeah,
saying you
give him a
cure
little
wound
pep
someone,
talk.
but I wasn't sure who
It was Mountain.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
it was
then
Mountain.
I will suddenly have a change in heart and be like, nah,
Change in
I wanna
heart and go
do
for
it-
Silnan.
Do it for Silnan. All right,
Do it
so
for Silnan.
Healing Word Silnan.
How
That
many
is
HPs?
4 + 4, 8.
8. I'm slightly better off than I was before. Yeah.
Hey, don't be ungrateful, man.
I'm being grateful. What are you talking about? The tone of my
And
voice
that'll-
just implies otherwise.
That'll end my turn.
Alrighty. Before top of the round, he will use his legendary action to make a.
Fuck this guy.
See who's close. I think.
I mean,
he's,
I'm still in his
I think it's
hands.
just Silnan. Yes, he has Silnan grappled in one arm.
mean,
Mountain,
Mountain's
I think,
behind him.
is not.
I mean, I'm
Mountain's
up-
behind,
I'm
yeah.
right on him because I just hit him
I'm
with the warhammer.
JoJo posing.
Oh, that's right. You are right on it. So he'll make a melee attack at Velrisa.
I'd still be within 5 feet.
You would
as
still
well.
be as well.
No,
But
attack
he'll
me,
make unarmed
attack
strike.
me.
You're not within
You're
5
close
feet.
enough. he
I'm
can't,
right
can't
behind
move.
Mountain.
That's 10 feet.
Yeah, but yeah, it's,
Well, shit. My bad.
he can't reach over. Yeah, so he will strike at Velrisa, unarmed strike. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I did not mean to search. There we go. Velrisa, that actually misses. That's an 11 to hit.
Yeah, it misses.
So he just punches and just hits your armor and just lets out this loud metal ring that echoes through the chamber as his fist impacts against it. And that will end this round and bring it back to top of the round, which is Silnan.
Okay. I would like to get the fuck out of this guy's arms.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're
Why?
right. I
Bite
bite
him
his
back.
arm.
All right, so go ahead and try to escape. That'll be either a dexterity or strength save.
You already know what it
your
is.
choice.
It tastes like dough. What do it taste like dough?
It tastes like flesh. That's an 18
Bro,
plus
just give
5.
into the dark energy. You can
Yeah,
bite
for
him.
every word of time, it's like right now.
I mean, not in front of everybody. I'm shy, dude.
All right, what was the roll? What was the roll?
What the heck?
18 plus 5. Okay, yeah. You elbow into his gut and easily worm your way
Can I
around his
headbutt
arm
him
and
instead?
push yourself back.
I want to headbutt him with the back of my head.
Sure. I mean, either way, you're not
Just
actually
flavor.
doing damage,
I
but
know.
yeah, it's flavor. Just flavor. Yeah. Boom. You headbutt him, and then you move yourself out of the arm and escape his grapple.
Is that a bonus action to do?
It is, I believe, an action to escape a grapple. I can check really quick for you. Sure. We will double check this, but I feel like it's either an action or a bonus action. Grapple. Yeah, it's your action to escape. It's your action.
Okay, so I can use my bonus action to attack, so I just don't use my proficiency, right?
Yeah, use your offhand to attack with the bonus action, but you don't add anything to the roll to the damage if you hit.
Okay. What are my other options? Any action, take a turn to dash, disengage or hide, or grapple him back. Yeah.
Grapple him back. Come here, bitch.
Come here, you stupid bitch. No, I'm gonna go for an attack, I guess.
All right, go ahead. Returning dagger.
Roll.
Grapple him and then bite him.
That is not good. Not good enough. I miss. 7.
Okay, you swing and miss.
Yes.
The offhand, no biggie. Anything else for Stonen's turn?
I think that'd be all.
All right, up next is Br'aad. Br'aad, what are we doing?
All right.
Br'aad.
Br'aad is going to. There's some dumb options. I'm going to cast Polymorph on one of the giant bees and turn it into a giant ape.
It's not a consenting creature, so it'll have to fail a check if you do that.
Can't Taxi consent for it?
Well, if Taxi wants, I guess yeah, Taxi can consent for
I
it.
have a
I'll
very
allow
important
that. I'll
question.
allow
Is this
that.
room even big enough for a giant ape?
Who knows?
Probably
Please
not.
repeat what you just said.
I'm gonna turn one of your bees into a giant ape.
This is an awful idea. You're gonna get us killed.
It is a huge creature.
Let me see.
Well, this is the end of the podcast, guys. It's been swell.
It's been fun. Except
No,
for when I rolled
listen.
fucking 5
It'll
twos
be
in a row. That
it'll be a
sucked, but, you
giant
know,
ape,
whatever.
and then Taxi will have control over a giant bee ape.
Okay, I consent. You
It's gonna
sold
be
me
cool.
on
We're gonna
that
call
one.
it a babe.
Babe hoodie.
Do you consent to the babe?
Yeah, I consent to the babe. Let me hit it.
Here we go.
I want to take a fat rib of that giant babe.
All right, it's gonna be a big black and yellow striped fur ape with just a big fucking bee head.
Oh god, no, this thing's huge. Also, it does not have a bee head.
Yes,
Sure
it does, Jared.
It's flavor, Jared.
Shut up,
That's
dude.
not because
It's
it's not how polymorph
flavor.
works. That's not trans. That's a completely different school of magic.
Jared.
It's
That's
flavor,
a completely
Jared.
different school
Jared.
of magic. That
Jared,
is an
does it matter?
entirely
No, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. It's an entirely
it
different school of
doesn't.
magic. It affects them differently.
This is just
You're
what it
not
looks like.
transmutating. You're polymorphing. It is a giant ape. It does not transform. It does not combine them. It changes their shape.
It's so
it just happens
technical.
to have a big bee head.
technical.
Bro, I just...
Well, now Hiltree's mocking you. How you feel? Though?
Can it have little?
You guys
can
are
it at
turning
least
a
have
giant
little tiny-
wasp into a fucking 20-foot tall ape in a tiny room right now, and I'm still allowing it.
It's
Okay?
gonna squish
No, it doesn't have a-
squirrel dead.
It's not 20 feet tall. It's not 20 feet tall.
Is it not? Oh yeah.
No, because you did it to me earlier, and you said I could be 9 feet tall because that's how big it was.
Oh wow. Well, that was because you're a player character. And I was like, oh wait a minute. Wait, no, wait. The giant. If you were 9 feet tall and you were a giant ape, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was. I was like something around that.
When-
Wait, was I? Hang on.
You
wait,
were
wait. How big
giant.
is huge? How big is huge?
D&D 5e huge. I'm pretty sure is bigger than that. It's bigger than that because just 9. I think 9 feet's still
Yeah,
large.
9 feet's large. That's like still.
You were when you were a giant ape fighting the samurai. You were big. You were big. You were
definitely
like
imagine-
Oh
destroying.
yeah, I was
9
like
feet.
15. I was like 15
You're like
or
15.
16
I think
feet.
I think you're like it's like 15 to 20 feet tall
Is
for
the
a giant
roof
ape.
even fucking 20 feet tall?
You'll find out. So
Great, it's gonna cave in on us. We're gonna
the
die.
wasp.
ape,
Which wasp was
bee
it
ape.
that got polymorphed? Does it matter? It was the
Not
one that was
the
injured or the
was
one that.
almost fucking dead.
Okay, not that one. Okay, so one of the other ones turns into an ape. Let me mark that really quick.
Bee ape.
Okay.
Bee ape.
Actually,
I like these
never mind. It
characters.
was the one that was almost dead.
It was okay.
I
Well, it
pointed
has
at it and said, "That one."
157. It has 157 HP now, so.
It transforms, and as it does, it starts to fill out the room. Its shoulders hitting the wall, its arms stretching out, hitting the wall, cracking.
Bee ape.
It comes up. It starts hitting the ceiling, not being big enough for the room, and it starts to break
Grow,
the roof,
my
going
creature.
up, knocking out the room. A few of the pillars of support, and starting a cave-in. A very slight
I do
cave-in
not
in the room
know
begins to
how-
happen as rocks begin to fall through the large rift that's being ripped open by the body, moving up and just breaking the earth above it.
Go, my creation.
It takes hold on because this
onwards.
it
to
occupies
the world.
it occupies a space of 15 feet by 15 feet by minimum, which means it has to take 1 second here.
I thought you were allowing it.
No, I'm allowing it, but it has to take
It's still in a tiny ass room.
16 points of bludgeoning damage this time by its body being so cramped as it's being created in an area it's not big enough. It's too big for. So it takes bludgeoning damage for occupying.
Are you cool to track that, or do you want me to track that?
I got it.
Chris? Okay. It's a giant ape.
All right, so
I'm gonna use my bonus action to use bardic inspiration on the giant bee ape.
sure.
I'm gonna point at it. I made you. I made you what you are. Now go. And that's gonna be my bardic inspiration on the bee ape
Okay.
that I've made. And that's gonna be my turn.
All right. So, ending there. That will be the end of Br'aad's turn. So up next will be Mr. Vampire Man. So soon you broke out of his grapple.
Yep.
A giant ape has appeared in the room and is now destroying his lair.
Suck it. Oh wait.
He's going to look around at the area around him and what's happening. And he is going to, let me see, where the fuck did it go?
He is
Pull my
going to
character
leave.
sheet again. He's going to run. He is going to.
I'd like to see you fucking punch
Yeah, he will.
this thing.
He once again changes shape and turns into once again this smoke-like shape, and then the smoke moves and begins going towards the hole In fact, almost the entirety of this mist-like substance starts going up the side of the hole, the tunnel in which you guys came in. It starts going up the tunnel. And that will be the end of the vampire's turn. So up next will be Taxing Mountain at the same time.
So he just fucking ran for it. I feel like we should do the same.
The building, the underground cavern you are in is caving in. So yeah, that might be a smart idea.
I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get the fuck out of there.
Okay,
that's my plan.
I didn't think that would happen.
I use my action to get the fuck out of there.
This really be a bruh moment.
I open.
No, it's a Br'aad moment. They're different.
Really do be
one is way more volatile than the other. Can you guess which?
I
didn't know this would happen.
Well, I mean, we did. I mean, a giant monkey in a tiny room.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say what happens. He do be vibing.
Rush. Can I run to the doors that were shut, that were housing?
I made the doors disappear.
Well, the doors
it's just a major image.
Yeah, it's just an illusion. So he can still go through it if you want to try. By try, I mean you will do it. So yeah, you can run through the illusion if that's what you want.
I'm trying to open those doors if they're not.
Oh no, the doors are still open. He never shut them. He just put an illusion over the door so it looks like it's shut. But the doors themselves stayed open.
Then I poke my head in. What's up with the sleeping?
Like where the girls were in the other room. Yeah. Okay, so that will take. Oh, you can get there with all your movement. Yeah, you move up to that door. Peeking in, most of them are still not moving. In fact, taking a closer look, most of them don't even seem to be breathing. They seem to be more. I wouldn't say dead. They're already undead, so they're probably just not active. Is a good way to put it. They seem to be corpses.
Never mind. Bye bye.
That just aren't active. They're all undead.
All right, then I will double my speed and bye bye.
Head towards the hole?
Yeah, they're already dead. They don't need my help.
All right, you start heading towards the hole. Mountain?
Oh!
Yep.
Wait, sorry, Jared. Do you mind if I wild shape into like one of those moles?
Oh yeah, go for it. You can wild shape if you want.
All right, I wild shape and I mole my way out of this fucking place.
Okay, what's a mole?
Does the digging, right?
Well, moles do digging, yeah, but I don't think they're a carrot. They're not. I mean, it's fine. I'll say you have a digging speed of 40 feet. That'll work. You have 40 feet of digging speed. More? What is that? There's no mole. What's the nails that digs in the ground? So I can use it.
Giant
badger. Badger will work. Let me check badger. So that way I can get speeds down.
He looks
Badgers
like he
dig.
digs.
Badgers should dig. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it has burrow 5. I will say that you have a burrow of 40 feet though. Fine, because moles are much tinier and dig much faster.
Dip it out. Yeah, bye bye.
Okay, you go for it. Mountain's also going up the hole. I think you said right. Mountain.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm out.
Up next is Velrisa.
Okay. Yeah, I'm running.
Up the hole. Where are you going?
Yeah. I'll make my.
You're gonna start you're gonna have to start very speedily crawling back up the hole, pretty much.
Is there another option?
You could go try to explore. You guys don't know what the rest of the layer looks like, or the other rooms, or if they even connect anywhere. You can try if you'd like. You can run out and start looking for another exit, but this is the only exit that any of you know of.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'd say I'll give it my shot, and if it doesn't work, then I'll try to explore if I can do that.
Okay, so you start running, so you start heading back up the hole with your movement speed. All right, Sylvan?
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Br'aad. What does Br'aad do?
Well,
in the situation, the ape is still there.
The ape is still there. I can't just leave him here. I made him.
You did make him.
I think he's gonna pop up on the other side.
How deep is this place? Really deep, right?
It was a little. It was a little over 200 feet.
Well, did anyone else go through the doors to see what's up?
No one fully explored. The most exploring that happened was Sylvan left and opened one door, saw a bunch of the thralls sleeping, and then that's the only door that was checked.
So everyone's going up the tunnel.
Everyone's going up the hole, yeah.
All right, I'll also go up the hole and I'll touch the bee ape's hand.
Oh, Mr. Bee Ape. It's sitting there on the floor, and it's basically like it's craned down over now. Its head is just like basically the entire ceiling's been destroyed, and its head just like sitting where the roof used to be, and there's just rocks falling and a lot of debris laying around the monkey.
I'm sorry, bee ape. I love you.
This is
Goodbye.
You head back up the hole. You start exiting. Once again, the tremors of the earth shaking as you guys are pushing yourselves back up the hole. The first one who went up was Mountain and Taxi. Taxi, you're moving quite fast as a mole. You notice that the smoke-like substance is still ahead of you. In fact, you can almost gauge where it's going and how fast it's moving. And you're keeping up with it only about 10, 15 feet behind it. And
Man, he better mole than I am.
Moments pass. You guys are it is absolutely just exhausting. You're pulling yourself up through dirt, grabbing on, pulling these clumps out left and right as you're just clawing your ways hundreds of feet back to the surface. I need all of you, except for Taxi, because you shaped. So I'm gonna need everybody else to make athletics saves. So that would just be a strength save.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm good at these.
As you guys are pulling yourselves in your body weight, you're essentially pulling yourselves upwards up this slope of the cave as you're crawling.
17.
Dice hate me today.
17.
Dice hate me today. 13.
13.
19.
19. Br'aad.
16.
16. Okay. So after moments pass, it's probably gonna take you guys minutes. It takes time, like a very long time. The tremors stop by the time you guys hit the surface. You pull yourselves back up. Taxi first, Mountain behind a little ways. But Taxi, you get to the surface and you see this smoke-like substance starts to just rise in the air, almost like keeping a solid shape together in a clump as it's going upwards after it comes out of the hole. So we're going to go back to we ended everybody's turn. We're saying movement, blah, 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 blah. We'll say it's top of the round as everybody else is exiting. It will be Silnan. Everybody succeeded your strength, your athletics, your strength saves enough except for Mountain. Sadly, Mountain, whether it was the full combat, the injuries you took, but you now have a point of exhaustion because of how much you have gone through physically for the day.
Okay.
So a point of exhaustion means I do believe you have disadvantage on all rolls. Let me double check what exactly 1 point does. It doesn't make it's not super bad. It's just very
it's just
it's
a
disadvantage on all
ability checks. On ability check, which is most rolls. But yeah. You have a disadvantage on any ability checks. And that's what happens for the strength fail. So, top of the round, Silnan, as you guys get out of the hole, back up to the surface. It is still quite cloudy and the rain is still drizzling. As I said, as you guys all get out, you can see the smoke rising in a solid almost shape into the air. It's probably about 30 feet off the ground.
So wait, like, is he becoming a vampire again, or
no? The smoke that he turned into is just rising. It's
okay.
almost like he turned into a mist, and the mist is staying as a sort of like a cluster, like it's still one single being, and this mist is just rising into the air.
Is the monkey stuck?
Most likely.
I was a fool to create the bee ape.
I dropped my. I can't on my turn. I'll do that. On my turn.
Okay, so
it's Silnan's turn right now, but we'll get to it.
Silnan's gonna do basic, smart. He throw a dagger at mist.
Throw a dagger at it?
Yeah, return a dagger, throw at mist.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
That is big 9 plus 7, 8. It's fucking 17. Okay? I was trying to do math.
Oh, hold on.
Proud of you.
I hit the mist. It flies through it. Yeah.
Well, okay, so you threw a dagger at it?
Yeah, threw a returning dagger at it.
What was the hit? Sorry. What was
17.
the roll to hit? 17. Roll damage.
What?
Roll damage.
That's a 1 plus 5. That's a 6.
6. As you throw it up, when it hits the mist, it's almost like it stabs into a body. Like it makes contact with the mist and sticks into it.
Cool. So it's just sitting up there. I'm gonna. It's just a bonus action to return it, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna return it from a bonus action.
Okay. At the end of Silnan's turn?
And that is the end of my turn.
All right, Br'aad, you crawl yourself out of the hole. You're a little tired, but you're not exhausted. But it was you feel the muscles, the ache as you pull yourself back out. Looking up, you see the mist rising still. What do you do?
It's just rising straight up.
It seems to be moving straight upwards. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take my gonna take F sharp, and I'm gonna stab it into that mist.
Okay.
Wait, did you name your sword F sharp?
Yeah.
I really like that. I didn't realize.
Oh wait,
you did
no,
that.
it was
like
C.
that a lot.
It's C sharp. Because then
C sharp.
you
I
C
like that
sharp.
still.
All right, here we go.
So yeah, dancing rapier.
Yeah, and I got a 18.
18 hits. Go and roll the damage.
That's not great. 4 damage.
4 damage. As it stabs in though, but you can see as it hits the mist, it's almost like it's ripping, and it moves the shape of the mist like it's hitting into something physical.
And as my action, I cast heat metal on the sword.
Sure.
Bam.
Bam.
So he takes 13 fire damage.
Okay. The sword definitely heats up. You can see the blade start to glow the red as you cast heat metal on it. And it heats up for the second as it cuts through the mist. You can't visibly tell if it actually did more damage or not, as it's just cutting through the mist. There's no sign of like, winces or screams or anything, but you can assume that you've done the damage.
I will kill this mist.
I will kill this mist.
I will kill
does
this
that end Br'aad's
mist.
turn?
This mist will not be missed.
All right. Up next.
You will not be missed.
The mist. It starts to slowly, as the sword sort of, it doesn't pull back, but as it finishes the slash, the mist shapes itself back into its normal shape. And then it circulates and starts to slowly transform back into the vampire. As he does, he's holding one arm onto his cloak, like upwards, sort of keeping himself suspended somehow with his cloak as he flies there looking down upon all of you. He is going to...
I really want the bee ape to burst out of the ground behind him.
It starts crawling up the hole too, digging its way out.
He is going to, he looks down towards you, Mountain, as you're crawling your way out of the hole at this point as well, getting yourself back up on your feet. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Dice, please.
Listen, die.
Let me blow on them again. Let me
Do
blow
not
on them again.
fuck
Let
me.
me blow them up.
No,
I blew on them when they were fine before.
no. They were not shitty until you
No, they were
did
shitty
that.
before that.
Die. Die. Do not.
Actually,
fuck
the only
me.
time you hit was when I blew on them.
It didn't fuck me. It's 18.
18
Oh, I love my life.
succeeds. You feel yourself get a little lightheaded and ditzy for a second, but you shake off the feeling and get back into the state of combat.
Thank God.
I secretly blew
I'm
on
back
those
in.
dice.
I'm back in the suede.
The
I'm wearing
vampire
suede.
ends his turn. However, he will use a legendary action.
He can eat a dick. He uses
And
action to
he
eat a dick.
will actually move back down to the party. The mist, he moves 20 feet back down, so he's right above ground floor, hovering only about 5 feet off the ground. And that is where he will stop. And it will be Taxi and Mountain up next.
Did he use a legendary action?
Okay.
He did use legendary action to move.
Okay. I would like to. This doesn't make a ton of sense because me and Taxi take the same turn, but I'm gonna fucking try it, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Commander Strike. I'm gonna be like,
Taxi, can you use lightning on him?
No,
and then
I can't.
what the fuck? Okay, then you do something.
You want me to
You
cast
have an
a
attack
spell
now.
right now?
You have it.
Yeah, you have to do something.
Would that use a spell slot, DM?
Yes. Basically,
I don't know, Mountain.
he's given you an attack. You have the attack. You have the action. You have your action. You have your action to do an attack. So
Okay.
I allow you guys to use spells for that. So you can use any spell you want, but it will take a spell slot to do it.
You also get plus D8. It's if you hit. Please hit. Please, for the love of God, hit. I only have. That was my last superiority die. I used it on you.
Okay, hold on.
I've been failing.
I need to make sure that I can make the lightning strike come down when it's casted. Yes, okay, I can. I will choose the point where he is and call lightning.
I'll say where he came down. There's nobody within 5 feet, so nobody else will be hit by it.
Yeah, this is probably the best time.
And then I will dex save. That is a natural 20, making it a 29 to save.
Okay, that's what I figured was gonna happen.
Okay.
I still have to roll.
Yeah, he still takes half damage, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 3d10.
Yeah, I'm looking
Epic.
for my 10.
Very epic.
Sorry, I took your spell slot.
It's okay.
I've been missing every attack.
I was just gonna bring Bee Monkey back, but now I can't.
Bee monkey.
Bee monkey.
What's the fly speed on a giant wasp, by the way?
They're gone.
They're gone?
They're gone because I dropped it for Call Lightning.
Oh, well then in that case, I think the giant ape will be gone then too, technically.
Yeah, he just poofs out of existence.
Technically the giant
This is the saddest timeline.
because even though it's polymorphed, it's still the idea, the fact that the source creature is being disappeared from life, then I think that also means the polymorph version is gone too.
He takes 29 damage divided by 2, which is 15.
15, okay.
Rounded up.
Sounds good. All right.
15 lightning damage, and now there's a cloud of lightning over that point.
And now mountain. Anything else? Is it still mountain stone?
I stab.
Okay, stab.
I stab.
Steppy mode.
Okay. See how this goes. Natural 20.
Whoa! There you go, buddy.
There it is.
I'll fucking take it. Making okay.
I cancel it.
Let's get her done then.
I'm kidding.
Nice.
I'm kidding.
I mean,
Please don't-
no, it's scary.
I don't see
No,
why
it's
you
scary
would-
because he can do that.
I can actually, but no, I do not.
Because it's not just enemies. It works on literally any natural 20 that Velrisa sees. She can cancel it.
Please,
Okay.
so don't piss me off and roll.
Yeah, don't be on
20.
Velrisa's bad side. She can cancel anyone's crit.
So I double the die and I don't double the added.
You
What
can do
will we
either.
say? Hey, I noticed you canceled my
So
natural
what you
20.
do, on a crit, you choose this. This is your choice. And for Mountain as a
Okay.
character, this is how you do every crit. You either double the amount of dice you roll, or you double the number on the die. So say it's 2d6. You either make it 4d6, or you still roll 2d6, and whatever you
just
roll.
times six.
Yeah, so like so you roll a 2 and a 4.
doing-
You roll a 4 and an 8 now, and then you still add 6. The plus damage you get, that never doubles. That stays the same. So it's like 2d6 plus
Right.
6. It's always plus 6. That plus 6 never changes. Just the dice.
Okay. Well, I've been doubling the die, so I'm just gonna stick
Okay.
with that.
So you just double the number on the die, and then you add the plus after.
That's 21 slashing and
The fire's also doubled. The dice for the fire as well.
12 fire. So 33 damage in total.
Okay. He's looking very rough as you come in and you stab with that. As you hit about lower sternum, but you angle it upwards so it gets more towards his upper body. As you stab in, he winces once, and as he grits his teeth, you can see it as his mouth opens. You see the fangs, and you see his rotting black like teeth around them.
All right. Can I also say to Taxia, Taxi, finish it?
Okay,
And then you gotta finish it. Then you gotta.
it's my turn.
It is your turn.
I once again reach my hand up to the sky, the cloud above him, and I demand it shoot lightning at him. Come forth, Thor, God of Thunder.
Thor, get
I
him.
call
Get that
upon
bitch.
thee. Yeah, he just needs to make a deck save, dude.
Dex save. That's another natural 20, so 29.
All right, reroll.
What I re? All right, reroll. I'm more flabbergasted. I just rolled a nat 20 again twice in a row. Twice this session I've rolled.
Are you telling?
Two
Are you telling
20s
me
twice
to
in a row?
reroll?
No, but they
This is
didn't.
such a
cancel it.
fluke, dude.
No,
Wait,
no,
can't
because
you cancel it?
no, you can't because
No,
it's
I
not a
cannot
crit.
cancel it. It's not a critical hit.
A natural 20 only becomes a crit during
An
combat.
attack.
So I'm saying I wasted 220. So he has +9 for his dex. He could have rolled like a 12 and still succeeded. I'm just saying the fact that he rolled 2 nat 20s on fucking dex saves is funny. But no, still go ahead and roll. He still takes half. So you can still kill him this turn.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
12. That's already halved.
12 halved, he survives.
Oh, I rush. Wait a second.
As the
hold on.
lightning hits him once more, the flash of lightning, everybody's eyes avert or you get blinded for a second. And as your vision comes to, the vampire is still floating there 5 feet off the ground. You can see the smoke, the black like smoke from the lightning coming off the armor as he still stands there in the air. Up next,
Wait, what if I use my bonus action to punch him?
you can do that. You wouldn't have anything in your offhand, I don't think. Because you know what, you wield a quarterstaff. No, you're fine. Yeah, go ahead. You can punch him. Roll to hit.
I don't know why I'm doing this. Mountain inspired me. It's like 17 plus 8.
That hits.
9.
9. You run up and you clock him right in the jaw, and as you do, he falls unconscious.
Tell me he bursts into fucking gore and shit.
You
like
punched
he did to
him.
my bee.
Yeah!
Key empowered punch, bitch.
Kabam! Key empowered punch as you punch him hard, harder than last time. You hear a loud snap of the neck as almost like whiplash as his head jolts back, but his eyes close and he hits the ground hard coming off the levitation. Like,
is combat over?
So he goes unconscious?
Combat ends. He falls unconscious.
Okay,
Yes!
guys, let's stake him.
Steak.
Steak.
And I drive my quarterstaff into him.
I got a better idea.
No,
I cut off his head.
I drive my quarterstaff into him first.
You cut off his head?
No, I
Cut off his
drive
head.
my
No head.
quarterstaff.
Okay, you drive the quarterstaff straight into the heart. No roll needed. As you do, the whole body locks in place, paralyzed.
We win. Now, something about his skin?
Let me.
Yeah, we're gonna take his skin.
Let me see if the curse can finally be lifted. I go over to him and I feel his pulse.
You go on to feel his pulse. He's unconscious. And there's no
He's also
pulse because
dead.
he's undead.
I know.
Finally, the curse has been lifted. I'm back. It's me, Br'aad.
Br'aad!
That's right. Fuck it.
Did somebody cut his head off?
Kinda.
Yeah,
I'm cutting his head off.
His head off.
Yeah, because before I'll say as it's happening, before that's happening, someone approaches.
Who?
As the vampire hits the ground hard, the thud almost echoes through the woods. As his round just hits, you hear the just echo down through the woods. Sokka approaches.
Oh.
Someone only Br'aad recognizing a
What's
very
up, Sokka?
tall, much darker skinned woman, very fair black hair coming down in a single braid. Tall, athletic, very muscular. She stands taller than anybody else in the party.
Everyone, this is Sokka, and Sokka, I have a confession. My real name is not Beardman Hunt Guy. It's
I would have
Br'aad.
never guessed.
I know, it was an incredible facade. But as you can see, we killed this fucker.
Yes,
Br'aad, she's with
I
you.
see that.
What?
This is one of the people I bumped into earlier. She was also looking to kill this vampire.
Oh.
Yes, my name is Sokka. It is a pleasure
You're
to
late.
meet all of you. I see that.
Yeah, look.
However, he is still alive.
How do we
I see that.
finish the job then?
Well,
I
taking the head
shoved
will
the
be
steak.
one. The steak will not work.
I was just gonna do
The
that.
steak will not work unless the vampire's in his lair, in his resting area.
It looks like he's locked up, though.
I mean, he's also unconscious.
Okay, Mountain, I guess if you need to... I'm not gonna look, but if you need to do the beheading...
All right.
I
disgusting.
was going to take the head back with me anyway, so I can do it if needed.
Oh,
I think we-
actually, that won't be necessary. I'll do that. And I.
That was head
Okay,
cut sound.
you come
Wow.
down with flame tongue once and easily sever the head from the neck. She reaches down and grabs it by the hair and pulls the head up as soon as you cut it off, and she starts putting it into a burlap sack.
Can we get the skin?
Why do you need the skin?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Imagine, why do we need
We-
the skin?
Taxi.
If you're looking for
Why don't we need the
Guys,
skin?
we
There's
don't
no-
need the skin.
Why did... Br'aad, why did you...
there's no benefit to having a
We just-
vampire's skin.
I
That's
thought
what
we
you're
needed the
asking.
skin.
The man.
I
We were.
was
In
under the
fact, once
impression that we were
once the clouds part
coming
here,
to
this
skin a
body will be
vampire.
gone.
This vampire took someone else's skin. That's why we are killing him.
Yeah.
killed. He's dead, right? Right?
You can use your own judgment on that one, Tux.
Physically,
Wait,
yes.
Saga.
Soul-wise,
Wait, can
no.
I...
Yes.
What?
Well, as an undead creature, his soul will forever be trapped here on this plane of existence. He is dead as a vampire,
Oh.
but his soul will return as a negative energy.
Wait, am I gonna be haunted?
No. Maybe, but probably not.
Don't say that.
Well, I mean, the guy said he would come when we killed it. I don't know.
He said
where he's
we.
at.
He said
Either
we
way,
would-
I
we
wish
would
you
know.
luck. I wish you luck on your travels and whatever your quest here was with this vampire. But I must head back. It was nice to meet
Well,
you. You
Oh.
said your name was Br'aad, not Beard Guy.
My real name was not. It's Beard Man, but he's dead. He's behind us.
Of course, I see. I understand.
And good
Anyway.
luck with the guild presenting the trophy of the thing that actually we kind of just killed for you, but that's all right.
Yeah, the guild will
You're
never know.
welcome.
Anyway, she goes one
Wait,
single, very, very, very straight, unformal bow.
Hey, you kind of owe us.
Yeah. We kind of.
She kind of just waves and starts walking away. Ciao.
Are we not gonna talk about the random lady, like just grabbing the head and walking
Just
I
away?
kind of want to stop. You know, maybe we should
Mountain.
let's swindle the villagers out of some reward money.
Mountain, I knocked out a vampire with my fist today.
Yes, you did.
A random woman taking the head of him is
I-
the least.
I pat taxi.
Surprising
Good
thing
job.
I have
Taxi on
seen.
the back. It was quite the punch.
I reached up, high five. I gave him high five.
I want to go home.
Before we do
Where's
that,
home
someone's got to
anyway?
break the news to the villagers that they are no longer under the reign of a supreme vampire dictator.
I feel like that's a
mean,
beard man.
we can do that, but-
beard fight hunt guy.
I also feel like that's a beard man. job.
Beardman hunt guy.
Guys,
Oh, he's back.
Guys, we
Okay.
should not.
He never left.
Guys, we
Br'aad is
shouldn't-
just a husk for
Doug,
Beardman.
it's okay, Velrisa. It's fine. We'll take whatever money they give us.
How much money do we want to ask for?
Hold on.
We should not demand financial
asking for any money right
compensation
now.
from those
These
villages.
people have lost their families. I
And now they're
heard.
gonna lose their money.
What?
They don't.
That's fucked up.
Soon.
You're the worst.
Even
I like
Br'aad thinks
money.
it's fucked up, son.
I'm not Br'aad.
Oh, sorry.
This is
Velrisa,
hunt
shouldn't
guy.
that guy be here right now? Shouldn't he be
I
here
think
by
he
now?
said he. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. He said he would appear, and he'd make himself known, and he would know exactly when we did the job. So I'm not
Who?
sure.
As you say
Well, we
that,
exactly did
as
the
you
job.
say that,
What are you
a
talking
door
about?
appears right next to the corpse of the vampire, the headless corpse now. Sitting right there, just a basic white wooden door appears in a frame in the center of nowhere, right next to the corpse. And then the door comes kicking open, knocking the corpse to the side, making it go flying a couple of feet. And then you
I was
see,
right there.
and then
My stuff.
and then you see a few boxes and a bag. You see a set of bagpipes can fly out the door as well and hits the ground hard.
The bagpipes, my boy.
And then you see a skeleton wearing nothing but a top hat and a bow tie attached to the top of his vertebrae.
Brooker.
He
Hey, there's
comes
my guy.
flying out of the door and he lands hard on the ground next to the bagpipes.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Dastardly way to get here. He as he gets up, he looks down at the vampire corpse and he kicks it once really hard. Ah, fucking bastard! Oh, hey!
Who are you?
Hey,
Guys, this is.
Who the
this,
fuck?
this is Quinn. This is the guy.
Quinn.
Look at what you've done! You've killed him!
Yeah, and some lady took the head, but
And he
that's-
runs up and he
that-
starts shaking Mountain's hand with both hands very violently.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yep.
Oh, I feel like a
Okay.
weight's been lifted off my shoulders.
Well, we could also lift the weight of a certain item
In
off
fact,
your shoulders.
And then as he says that, he pops his shoulders out of place, and and both his arms fall to the ground. I don't even have any shoulders.
I'm uncomfortable.
Where's your skin?
Jokes aside, someone give me a hand.
I pick up his hand.
Thank
hand
you.
it to him.
And then he puts it back on, and then picks up his other arm and puts it on. So anyway, quest complete, mission accomplished. Thank you so much. As promised. And then he snaps his fingers, and appearing right in front of him, where his waist is, two magical tiny portals, and then a little bag, vertically shaped, about the size of a broom, comes flying out of them, and he grabs onto it and pulls it up. Here, as promised.
Oh, thank you.
And if you ever need anything, where did I put it? Is it he starts patting on his rib cage as if he has pockets or something, but where? Oh, yes, and he pulls off his top hat and pulls a little bell out of his top hat and hands it to you as well. If you never need anything at all, anything, even just a chat, ring it 3 times. Oh, Quinn will be there, and he starts fitting his hat back onto his skull.
Well, all right. I will maybe use this.
It was a pleasure doing business with you, short man. I hope to see you again soon.
And wait, what?
What?
I mean, yeah, okay. Goodbye.
Right, toodles. And then
Out
he
of
starts
character.
he starts slowly pushing all the bags and shit back towards the door and like throwing everything back in the open doorway. Fucking mess, fucking shit.
Out of character, is this just like a clever way to introduce the Patreon thing?
No, this happened before the Patreon thing. That's why I was confused. That's why I was confused when you guys said fairy, because I was like, Quinn exists. I was like, Quinn's a thing.
Yeah, no, we can make him a magic Quinn, man.
Quinn could be the guy very easily.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense actually. And we have
we'll stick with Quinn.
Yeah, no.
It could have needed, but yeah. Anyway, he said he's still there. He just starts like pick up all the bags, just like mumbling to himself, where he's throwing them back in the doorway, and he turns away from the party.
Okay, so what is that?
Oh, this. Here, taxi. This is for you.
A broom?
No, it's not. Open it.
As you unravel the long bag over the staff, you see this. First you see the handle going up the top of it, just these brown knotted piece of wood. It looks very natural. All the carvings and the knots in the wood makes it feel just like a very warped piece of branch. At the very top, it curves into these tiny little branches that look almost like small trees sitting on top of the handle of the staff, making the top of it, the crown of it. It's very, very beautiful. And knowing you, I'm sure you already have what they do. If not, you can add it to your D&D Beyond, and it'll tell you everything it does, because it has a lot. It does a lot. It does a lot. It does a lot. There's a lot of things. It has 10 charges. So Taxi should enjoy that.
This is yours now.
And it's also a quarterstaff still. So instead of using your normal quarterstaff, you can wield this as a quarterstaff weapon at the same time. It's a magical quarterstaff. And it grants a +2 bonus to your attack and damage rolls. So it's a +2 quarterstaff with these magic effects. So in other words, it's really fucking good.
This is for me.
As soon as you hold on to it, you feel yourself start to immediately feel like this pure enjoyment. Your heart starts beating faster. You feel uplifted. You feel this natural power flowing through the wood as you hold on to it.
And all around us, the plants and stuff are still decayed and withered.
They are, yes.
Do it.
Do it.
I'm gonna. I wanna like rest the staff in the ground and cast plant growth in this area.
As you grip the staff with both hands and you set it into the ground, you cast plant growth. As you cast the spell, you feel yourself enlightened as you hold on to it, and everybody even around you. And as you open your eyes, you see it as well. As soon as you cast it, this green orb that starts to form in the handle of the staff fires out in this bright, vibrant green pulse of energy, and it just stretches across the land all around you in this circular motion, expanding out from you. And as it does, you see the nearby trees, the grass starts to grow, plants start to sprout, the trees start to grow this much more natural, vibrant color of the bark. All the leaves start to grow once more on the top of the trees as well. You see this, as this pulse wave goes out, it's almost like it's reviving all the nature around you and even giving it this sort of upgrade, like all of it starting to grow faster and more vibrant.
Thank you, Mountain.
We needed you at the top of your game.
As you look back, Quinn is just now getting ready to exit, and before he does, he gives the corpse a few last couple of kicks and a few choice muttered words that you probably wouldn't repeat again around any of your close friends. And then he walks through the door and shuts it behind himself, and it disappears in thin air as it slams shut, leaving behind just the sound of the door shutting, and that hard slam just echoes into the woods as the tree disappears. Not the tree, the door. The door disappears.
Well, all right, we did it.
Let's go tell the villagers.
All right.
Yeah.
You head back to Oaklight. As you guys are getting here, in fact, as you're walking back, the clouds all start to part and the sun shines once more. The rain and the weather passing. People, not many people, but a few, probably about 12 or so, seem to be gathered around the town square, almost like people are already realizing and feeling something in the air as you guys exit the woods and come back to the entrance of town.
Taxi is speechless and dumbfounded right now.
As you guys are walking back, you see everyone that you guys had met. The two men playing cards from Silnan. You see the Charlton man from the tavern as well there. And
limping out.
Yeah, no, he's leaning against the well. You can tell that his leg still seems slightly bummied, but it's in better shape. But yeah, there's about 12 townsfolk gathered around the square as you guys approach. They all seem to be looking at you very curiously as you all come back.
I nudge Br'aad, the vampire hunter.
Oh yeah. I put the beard back on, just like in front of everyone. My name. Shit. My name is Beardman Hunt Guy, and Elias Towerfall is dead. You all may go about your day free of pain and turmoil. I curse every single one of your bloodlines.
They all seemingly ignore that final phrase as they all shout and cheer in absolute enjoyment as at the phrase Elias Towerfall is dead. Everyone seems to be happy. Even the Charlton man smiles, still avoiding eye contact though with Mountain. The crowd of the villagers cheer. One of them approaches. In fact, it's the lankier guy that was giving you a little bit of shit, Silnan. He actually approaches you,
I
and
give
he
him a
goes,
smug look.
he goes, I can't believe you've done it, you and your friends. You have my blessings. You have all of my thanks, and everyone else is here. If my daughter was still here, I'm sure she'd love to meet every one of you. You seem like amazing people here. And he reaches behind and pulls out a small bag of gold and just sets it in your hand. It's not much. None of us have much of anything now, but it's what we could suffice. Thank you.
Works for me. I mean, I'm fine with the smug satisfaction of showing you that I can kill that motherfucker.
In the bag is 145 gold.
That's a lot of gold. Wait, you said that wasn't a lot.
Holy shit.
145.
I just wanted my 6 gold back.
145 gold.
Between all of them?
Split amongst the party, that's however much is split amongst everyone. But it's made to be split amongst everyone.
Who did it get handed to?
Silnan.
I pocketed on.
I'm about to say Silnan can if he wants, but it was given to Silnan.
I totally expect
In
him
front
to
of
pocket
all
it,
of
but
us?
yeah, wait,
No,
who actually sees that happen?
Probably everybody, because the guy
no,
approaches and
we're-
gives it to
we're
him
right
and
next.
apologizes out loud.
No, it's okay.
I give
Silnan's not
Silnan a
completely dickhead mode right now, so like we're splitting. That's cool.
Okay.
In fact, at this point as well, as just you know, go and split it, Silnan.
Yeah, so
if
it's
you want to.
24 each.
Okay,
With 24 and how much? I guess it would be 1 silver and 7 copper.
As you're handing all the gold to everyone, another man approaches. This guy, very out of the ordinary in this small town. You see he's wearing what looks like animal fur, almost like the kind of fur you'd wear during the winter or traveling in somewhere Arctic. This very heavy animal furred armor that falls off the front. You see these two laps of animal hide falling as shoulder pads as well that drape over the chest. He's wearing he has very dark brown hair that parts down the middle, falling to the sides. He seems very well kept. Especially around here, most people, they're poor, lower economy. A lot of them seem, commoner. But this guy, he's very clean, very well shaven. He even smells fantastic as he approaches. He smells like cedar and pine, sort of like this strange citrus woodland smell. It's bizarre. It takes you aback a little bit as he approaches. But he
Is there a ring on his finger?
there's no rings on his fingers.
And he's single.
He approaches. All he has on him is a dagger that's sheathed on his side. He has no other weapons or a shield or anything else on him. But he walks up and he sticks a hand out towards Br'aad to shake.
I shake his hand.
I curse your
goes.
bloodline.
I
curse your blood.
He hasn't given me any cause yet. I shake his hand.
It is an honor to meet you. My name is Andres.
My name is
I-
Beardman Hunt Guy.
Right, so I've heard. I just wanted to first of all say congratulations on the hunt.
And the
I heard
beard.
from the people here that a vampire is no more.
We killed him.
You are heroes of this area. In fact, I'm sure, and as he turns around, you see he points over to a much older gentleman accompanied by a few little bit better dressed men. They're standing by the well in the center and they're pointing at it and talking. From what I've heard, they're already talking plans of a statue of commemoration here in the center of town. Just for you guys.
Is there gonna be a statue? For your manhunt guy?
The monument of Beardman. I can see it now.
I'm sure it will be wonderful. Anyway,
We are.
I just
hope
wanted to
Beard
say,
Man.
Make sure
May
they
I get
capture
a-
the beard.
may I get a quick interview, a quick talk with any of you? As I said, my name is Andres. I am an adventurer like you, but I like to document my journeys, and I write novels, books, for the commoners to give them a taste of what we go through on a day-to-day basis as adventurers.
Let me just speak to my compatriots. And then I go over to these guys.
Guys, I think we might finally be able to get some good press. This guy's writing a book, so let's tell him all the cool
No,
things
hold on.
we've done.
Hold on. Do we really want word out of where we are, considering we're
Who
still
we
kind of
are,
fugitives
yeah.
in a couple different
You,
places?
you know, we did steal from Fardo and also
I think
the king.
this is. I think this is fine.
But it's so cool, though. It's fine. It'll take forever. They'll write the books, and then we'll be so far out of here by then.
I
Okay.
would be fine. I did punch the vampire.
You did- oh,
You
okay.
you should include that. You should say you punched his head off.
I will definitely stretch the truth just once.
Let's go over to him and let's talk about how fucking cool we are.
My compatriots seem to be on board.
That news is wonderful. Here, come with me. We'll head back to the tavern. Drinks on me. Let's chat for a bit. I'd love to get to know all of your stories. Here.
Ooh, I don't know if I can go to the tavern.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He goes there. Don't worry about it. Everyone here regards you as heroes.
You say so.
Come on.
And then he turns and
I
you guys
go to the-
accompany him, heading back to the other direction toward the other side of town where the tavern is.
Can I walk
And
over
that-
to the Charlton man really quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
You approach the Charlton man. He's still leaning against the well.
I walk up to him and I hold out the bag of 24 gold. And I'm so sorry for all of your losses and everything. I'm sorry about your leg. But I hope this and know what we've done can compensate for it.
Do not worry about it. And do not give me the gold I do not require. I am leaving here. I will head back to Chalt and perhaps start a new family there with people like me. I think it would be better.
Ryan, well, I wish you the safest of travels, and I give you all of my blessings.
I thank you for what you and your friends did. Taking out the vampire has saved these people, and it has saved me. I can't say I necessarily forgive your friend for what he's done, but
I don't expect you to.
let's just say, just because there's something out there that's more evil than you, it doesn't justify actions against others.
Right.
Then he starts to get off the well and goes, "Thank you. For the way you look, you seem to be the nicest out of your people.
Excuse
That's
me.
a good trait to have." And then he starts
Okay,
walking
you're
towards the exit
leaving
of
now,
town.
goodbye.
All right, and then I go
I know,
back to
right?
the
He totally just assumed.
Okay. You all head, following this Andres character, to the tavern to recall stories of your past adventures over a couple of drinks and a night of celebration. And that is where we're going to end this episode.
This is the part where I thank all you patrons who make all this possible. Ready? Here I go! Devinator, Riker Kirito, Mountains Thunder Thighs, Jared Lyons, Bitchy Bitch Boy Boy, Wholesome __, The Big Motherfucking Cheese, George Benji, Salute Tien, Hyper Retron, Br'aad, Melissa Honeycutt, Chris Buck, Pun Boy and Pen Girl, Kira M, Curious Cosplayer, Storm, Josh Patakek, Zelnerd, Salatica Gaming, Posias, Taxis Drow, uh-oh, Bella, Colton Bradburn, Mohammed 107, Heck Iron Bucket, all my homies hate Iron Bucket, Anastasia Purple, Cadis, Jessifer, Jay Newell, Oathkeeper, Asteria Nix, Charlie Vangalore, that's like me, Zigzag Sugar, David F., Nurine Darkeye, Quiver, Larrick Arabate, Bugsy Burners, Alexander Campbell, Koteki, Kayla, Silvo, Lyric Normal, Tiny Peepee Little Wee Wee, Vroom, Master Methus, George Dolby, Critical Miss, Godspeed Iron Bucket, Slimecicle but Handsome, Slimecicle but what? Nuggets, Dylan Cross, Br'aad Believer 123, Thievy McSneakyson, Imperative, Rocky, It's Drifty, Shardang, Kuel, Ginger Nopals, Herp, Daisho 420, Pariah Purple, Mania Joe, Kayak, Tate Roten, Miss Monarch, Katie Bean, Hard Corgi, Desert Pen 15, Korik, High Use, Vatic, Sneaky Cactus, Mirth Alders, Rags, One Sock Thief, Tiny Mr. Man, Wilbur Dunham, Arusian Battleship Tanager, Mr. Woods, Darnell the Cat, Yeshua Bonadio, Ben, Teabag, Bearded Baguette, Josh Bojarski, Melianito, Pie Inc., and Abor Haraldson. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. And also, if you guys want to hear your names called out and you're listening right now, it's easy. Just pledge $10 or more on Just Roll With It, and you'll get that along with a bunch of free other goodies. All right, thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Roll the outro song.